chance to hear Brother Rand sing, and then we're gonna shout out all the chat. Yeah, it's Minister Jap. You already know, man. Church is definitely in the building. They fucking with me though. Alright, let's do it. Church check in, 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 church on the bitch. Yeah. Church check in, 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 church on the bitch, 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 yeah, church on the bitch, yeah, church check in, church on the bitch, church on the bitch, yeah, church on the bitch, church on the bitch, church on the bitch, church check in, let's go. Minister Jap, it's a new era and niggas is chat. I'm in the kitchen, I'm cooking this crack. Bitch getting taxed in my Benjamin stack. Truck in the front and the engine in back. 3Ks, everything I'm whipping in is black. 3 hoes all wanna sit on my lap. High yellow heifer, I'ma hit her from the back. This is a fact, I'm taking your bitch, I'm not giving her back. Bitch got some kids, I'm not dealing with that. The back of her throw where my children is at, that was realer than that. Her mama's a hoe and her sister's a rat. Their head was amazing, the pussy was trash. Run up on church and that pistol gon' blast. Get your ass body trying to get to this bag, nigga, church. Church check in, 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 church on the bitch, yeah. Church check in, 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 church on the bitch, 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 yeah, church on the bitch, yeah, church check in, church on the bitch, church on the bitch, yeah, church on the bitch, church on the bitch, yeah, church on the bitch, listen, church check in, let's go. Relinquish the bitch, you loving and cuffing to be with the bitch. She came in with you, but I leave with the bitch. I bang and I skeet on the bitch. Baby like Jap conceited and shit. I push it to start, ain't no key to my whip. Believe in the game, don't believe in the bitch. I listen to sin and the rest of the pimps. You chasing the bitch and ain't chasing the check. You look like a bitch when you making them threats. You talk how you talk cause you safe on the net. When I see you, no talking, I'm breaking your neck. Catch a nigga like I do, I'm dirty on sight. Whole lot of barking, but I bet he won't bite. Bet a nigga won't roll a dice with his life. Double cross church, kid crucified twice, nigga. Church check in, 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 church on the bitch, yeah. Church check in, 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 church on the bitch, 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 yeah, church on the bitch, yeah, church check in, church on the bitch, church on the bitch, yeah, church on the bitch, church on the bitch, church on the bitch, hey, church check in, let's go. Church, check in. It's your boy, Minister Jap. Listen, I know y'all been looking for me, but at the bottom of this video, in the description section, you'll see where it says follow me. You can follow me on all social media platforms. You know, make sure you click the links in the description so you can get in touch with me and get in tune with everything I post at all times. You never know, the haters might try to take us down. Also, make sure you follow my backup channel, Minister Jap Church Media. Follow the channel now. We are not going nowhere. We're here to stay. Make sure y'all paying attention. Church on the move. Peace.
Minister Jap, I'm talking to you, nigga. Yeah, I got a kid. I got 2 daughters and a son. You hear me?
Black women are bad mothers.
And that's why you having a baby by the motherfuckers you had a baby with is your fault. That's why you being a single mother is your fucking fault. That's why being a baby daddy ass nigga is your fault.
Live from the church.
Church check in.
It's Minister Jap.
Black women, they're some of the most worst bitches on with money, but yet they're still taking trips and they look fly doing it. They are the flyest broken bitches you're gonna ever deal with.
On Minister Jap TV.
Church check in, man. Church check in. Church! 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 What up, niggas? We live, nigga. Wake that ass up! Early mornings with Jap. Politicking on these politics. In a real nigga hood way. TBAS is the movement, and we here to stay. At least you're not gay.
Pervert, you are a pervert.
Y'all get in this chat room. Don't disrespect me, nigga. Hit that like button. Hit that share when you come up in this motherfucker. Shout out to all my people on their way to work. Stuck in traffic, getting that paper. Shout out to my truck drivers. Salute to all my hard-working black people out here. Oh, lady, beige bird. Salute to EV. Shout out to everybody who funds the show. You did? Make sure you join the Patreon. We here to cook, man. Let's just talk heavy, man. Let's talk heavy. We bite. When you support me, you're supporting free speech. Remember that. I say what they don't say. What they don't got the motherfucking balls to say, the backbone to say. I am the voice of the streets. The truth. The all-knowing of the hoeing, nigga.
Pervert, you are a pervert.
Let's get to this, man. Church, check in. Talk to me, you pervert.
Pervert, you are a pervert.
What's good, man? As promised, I had to make sure that we cover this shit as well. Today we're gonna be doing a deep dive into who the fuck is JD Vance. Salute to EV, man. Yes, again, man. Y'all keep this show going, man. This is a fan-funded show. You know, I'm shadow banned shorty, man. They don't let your brother through this algorithm, man. Hold on, man. Hold on. Big Tay. He said we got another one, Jap. Old comfortable Negro from Mississippi lost their job for saying the shooter missed. Please send me that link. We need that link before the end of this show. G5 with the 10. Peace, Jap. I appreciate you, G5. You're a pervert still. You're still a pervert. Don't think you get a pass, nigga. You're still a pervert.
You are a pervert.
Yeah, man. They say, what goal they say? Man, listen, I dropped the ball, man, last night, man. I'm gonna try it today. I didn't get to try the pineapple Pepsi. I fell asleep last night after the show, man. I just went straight to sleep. I've been up since 3. Getting ready for today. So I've been up since 3 getting ready for today's show. You know what I'm saying? Tonight's show is gonna be lit, man. We about to have a good time. But I will be having a pineapple Pepsi on deck. You can bet your ass on that, nigga. You dig?
Shut the fuck up!
You know? Much love to everybody, man.
So yeah, man, we gotta figure out, man, who the fuck is JD Vance? I never really heard of this guy too much, man. I never heard of him really. I might have glanced over him. He wasn't like to me, he wasn't vocal, and he really didn't grasp my attention like a Vivek or any of these other people, Marco Rubio, Ted Cruz, DeSantis, Kerry Lake, Margie Taylor Greene, Matt Gaetz, John Kennedy, who else, man? He just really didn't. I really didn't hear nothing about this guy. You know what I'm saying? So I want to make sure y'all get my authentic take on this guy. We're gonna go through this shit. We're gonna walk it down real slow. Walk it down real slow. You know what I'm saying? Y'all hit that like button, man. Hit that share button. You know what I'm saying? Let's get this room lit. Let's get this room lit up. You know what I'm saying? See my boy Tote Noah in the building. See if he gonna light this room up. Got my man Eric Rise. He says, I'm in Ohio. I voted for Vance for Senate in 2022. He's new, but has some good takes. Okay. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Trump, man. Again, man, I'm just overly enthused, man, and hyped up about the fact that the possibility of free speech coming back and all of this woke shit getting laid to rest. Put the woke shit to rest. You know what I'm saying? I'm just getting tired of that woke shit, man. That has really pussified this whole country. But we can't take away the fact that the Democrats are everything that they say Republicans are, or Republicans have not done what Democrats are out here actually doing. They are the actual racists. Anything they say good about the black community is a backhand compliment. Anything they do for black men is a spit in the face. We get prison reform as if we are expected to go to jail. We don't get anything as free-thinking straight black men under any administration. You know what I mean? We don't get any of that. We get prison reform. Everybody else gets policies that protect them. Protect black women, believe her, Me Too, and all this extra shit. They get to do all this shit. We have nothing. Not a goddamn thing. The free-thinking black man hasn't done a march. We too busy being productive. We're too busy being fucking productive. Now we're going to stop acting like the Democrats did not put a target on Trump's back. And that's surely what Biden was doing, targeting Trump. You know what I'm saying? Creating this mass hysteria of everybody thinking Trump is the next Hitler. Like, let's be real. You couldn't, there's no way in hell you can be a Hitler in this day and time. Not with technology and all the shit that's going on. It's just not happening. They're going to put you back in chains. Are you really serious? You know how they put you back in chains? When your dumb ass goes to jail. You think the free-thinking straight black man's worried about going to jail? We rarely have encounters with the police. Maybe a traffic stop at best. At best. Because we're too busy being productive. Men like us stay out of the way. We are not on the police radar. And I'm definitely not worried about white supremacy. Only thing I'm worried about is feminism and woke. Because all of those things are against manhood. So a vote for the Democratic Party is against black manhood, against manhood in general, because manhood intimidates. Real manhood. We don't compromise. We don't have broke wrists. We don't have the Fleece Johnson compassion. We are men. You know, we stand tall, we stand firm. We have integrity, we have dignity. You know, we're gentlemen, man. We are men of common sense and the thinkers of the black community. But they pedestalized our women and incentivized our women to be the leaders of our community and led us down a path of destruction. Big salutes to Miriam, man, keeping his chat lit, you know what I'm saying? Motivating you brothers to step up. Shout out to the sisters in the room who really rock with this movement. First sponsor of the day is the black woman. Ain't that crazy? Where my brothers at? What's going on with my brothers? The brothers ain't got no love for Jap and Jap. Black woman used to be like this with me. This is how the black woman used to be with me.
Now, the name of this video is Minister Jap is the Minister of Crap. We have a black man by the name of Minister Jap who is spewing hatred and vitriol, going off on insane rants, grooming black men to be even worse than they are. The latest tea is that he wants black men to totally give up their role as provider. He wants the black woman to pay for everything. He doesn't want to bring anything to the table. And so what he is doing is taking out his frustration by spewing his rhetoric on his channel and telling black men, these hoes ain't shit. I don't give a damn about your dick sucking.
Shout out to Shanae with the 2-piece for the collection plate. Where the brothers at? Brothers is too busy over there at the Pilgrim. I'm out of here. I'm going to go suck some Pilgrim titties. I don't like what you're saying. More love from the ladies. Salute. Salute the Happy Latina with the 5. Pineapple Pepsi. Yes, yes, yes. She smell like sea monster shit. Shout out to Marcus, man, coming through, man. Brothers is coming through now. 5, man. Sea monster shit. Bitch pussy look like lassie fur. Bitch got lassie fur on her pussy. Bitch got lassie fur on her pussy. That's crazy. My man Mike Clemens, man, coming through, man, with our second sponsorship of the day, man. You dig? Not fucking around. Bitch! Not fucking around today. Much love, man. He say, bring on the game, man. We gonna chop it today, man. The Democrats have waged war. They have waged war. All you people right now, this early morning, you're going to work, man. It's literally warfare at work. Be careful who you share your thoughts with. I heard Pilgrim teas taste like sandpaper. Pilgrim titties? Shout out to Trinae, man. Pilgrim titties. Little bitty pilgrim titties. You gotta suck them through a straw. You know what I'm saying? Keep preaching. You saved me. I once was a lost trick. You're still a pervert!
You are a pervert. Pervert.
You sicko! Yeah, man. These motherfuckers mean business, man. They coming for your jobs. They willing to get violent. They willing to ruin your reputation, and they trying to get you canceled. They are playing a dirty, dirty game. We have got to get Trump in. Then we got to let this trickle down to the local levels and get conservatives in your inner city. You know, again, it is very important for all you people that's on your way to work, especially you black men. You need to go on that Patreon and watch that video, Surviving White Women at the Workplace. I am telling you personal testimony, the power of feminism. I am a person who has lost a $90,000 job because the words of a white bitch with short hair who attends the Pride Parade and believes in everything Starbucks. I have seen it, and it's scary, my nigga, what they will blame on you. I've been accused of everything from sexual harassment to cursing out subordinates. Do you think they'll go after Trump again? Not right away. There's going to be something else that's going to pop up. Maybe another case. Maybe another case, because look at everything that Trump went against. Impeached like twice. You know, they took $400 million from him with stupid ass cases. You know, gave him 36 felony counts for some bullshit. They even they tried to take him off the ticket. They had states saying that he couldn't be on the ballot. Then they tried to take his Secret Service away. He gets called a rapist from a lady that he's never met, formally, or alone, let alone alone. You know? Demonize him for getting some side pussy. As if none of these motherfuckers are doing it. Say that he's it was election of interference, and these was all black women. You know. Say that he started an insurrection when he didn't. You know, what else they do to him? You know, oh yeah, try to take his Secret Service detail away from him. And then he takes a shot. All the Secret Service shit is approved through the White House. You think Joe Biden is trying to protect Trump's life? Now, Joe Biden, after doing all the shit that he's been doing, now he wants to give Robert Kennedy Secret Service that he's been asking for the longest. Robert Kennedy's been denied Secret Service for a long time. He's been asking for it. Why has he been asking for Secret Service? Because his father and his uncle were both assassinated. So you ain't gonna give him Secret Service, and he just showed y'all documents. I was just reading, he showed over like 60-some documents of the threats that he gets on his life. After Trump's attempted assassination, you know what Biden did? Give Robert Kennedy Secret Service protection now. It's called damage control. And we don't believe in you being genuine about it. So will they come after Trump again? Yes. Yes, they will. Yes, they will. They can't do it right away because it'll be too obvious. But something else is coming up. Something else is coming up. Maybe the ex-wife will take a check and come in with a bunch of slander or something like that. But there will be something else. There will be something else. But Biden put this target on Trump.
And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Trump is a threat to this nation.
See, this whole Trump is a threat to this nation ass shit.
Most importantly, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, Trump is a threat to this nation.
So when you dog whistle like that, when your dog whistle like that, it's going to trigger weirdos, you know what I'm saying, and losers, gamers, comic book readers and shit like that to come out of the blue, the incels to come out and do something so radical like this to gain attention. To feel like they are a hero, to feel like they actually did something with it, to give their life meaning. That Thomas Crooks did that to give his life meaning. That's why we gotta have a FBI surveillance on a lot of these people who have meaningless lives on the internet. Those clowns. Those are the clowns. You know? Now, we got to really, really make sure that we stay focused on Black interests as well. I heard Dr. Umar say it on the Breakfast Club. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people got offended when Trump said Black jobs. The free-thinking straight Black man didn't. Black women did. What do you mean by Black jobs? You know what I'm saying? Black men understood because Black men know that the speaker no English has been taking a lot of their labor work. A lot of the jobs that Black men had, they're getting undermined and underbid by speaker no English, CC, the illegal immigrants. You know? See, Black women in their cubicles and shit. They not breaking nails. It's not really affecting them. But it's affecting my plumbers, my electricians, my roofers, my carpenters, truck drivers. Make no mistake, them Indians, don't sleep on the Indians. They coming for all the trucking. You think they just drive Uber? They drive trucks. Do your homework on Indians driving the trucks. They didn't got their ass in the trucking. You think all they got is Subway, Dunkin' Donuts, and hotels? Motels, I'm sorry. They didn't got their ass in the trucking now. You know? And that border is wide open. All the jobs that black men get, your competition is an illegal immigrant, black man. Now, Biden wants to make an issue out of Trump saying black jobs. He wants to bring back black jobs. That sounds good to me. That should sound good to my brothers. But you want to hold on to every word that the man says and make it racist. Oh, he said black jobs. What do you mean by black jobs? Umar said it. Get out your feelings. See, make no mistake about it. I'm not caping for white folks. We're just using what's useful to us and what makes sense to us. Trump makes sense to us. I'm a firm believer in every race being for their race first. It's cool to love everybody. But get your people, you gotta have your people in place first. I definitely understand that. This country don't understand that. They won't even put America first. That's offensive. So although I'm conservative, call it Republican, whatever, I'm black first. And we're going to really deal with this whole situation with JD Vance. We got to walk this down slow because I want to know what we're dealing with. I want to know exactly what and who we are dealing with. You know? But this black jobs thing is serious. It's not up for debate. The Democrats make everything racial. You know? When they say we're going to come up with a policy for the Chinese don't make no complaints about it. Or the Asian hate. They didn't make no complaints about it. What do you say? People hate Asians. What is that? You know, they don't. Okay. They just bring it on. You know, LGBTQ rights. But then when we say black jobs, you niggas get mad and offended. You know, look how he tried to spin it though.
Go figure. From a guy who spread the birthism lie against Barack Obama, saying he wasn't born in America and he...
What the fuck did he... Why does he talk like his teeth about to fall out?
No, I'm serious.
I'm serious.
Go figure. From a guy who spread the birthism lie against Barack Obama...
Yeah, gay jobs are Starbucks. Gay jobs are hair salons, Starbucks, and you know, places like that, Panera Bread. Y'all type in the chat, man. Where's the gayest places to work at? You know, and I'm talking about places that, you know, where you're going to see motherfuckers with them big ass earrings that be like this big, be a big hole in their ear. You know what I'm saying? They got like a dumbass tattoo of like Sonic the Hedgehog on their arm and shit. But like, where did GameStop? The Apple Store, yeah. The Apple Store is definitely one, man. That's why I order online. That's why I order online, man. The Apple Store is a little too sassy. You say Applebee's, y'all motherfuckers crazy. Yeah, man. Some gay ass places to work, man. The gas station, come on, man. Hobby stores. I would say the thrift store. Probably damn near, you'll probably always run into a transgender tell you at a thrift store, especially in Lincoln Park, Chicago. Coffee bean. Yeah, some of these places be so gay, I don't even want to go in, man. Bookstores, yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know, Hot Topic. Oh, most definitely. Michaels. Oh, shit. Yeah, man. The Gap. Yeah, man. But yeah, man. The gays ain't complaining if you say, we got more gay jobs for you. Banana Republic. You know, I'm going to say them high-end stores. Shit, Gucci, Balenciaga. You ever walk in a Balenciaga store? Everybody, this shit is gay as hell. Spencer's, H&M, yeah. Niggas said LA Fitness. Niggas is crazy. But yeah, man. Biggest threat to this country is Donald Trump, huh? Okay. Not this woke shit, but Donald Trump. You know, and it's just so crazy how the media feeds and fuels this bullshit. But when you confront them, they don't got nothing to say. You know, they only comfortable in their studio setting, reading off their cue cards and teleprompter. But when you catch them, they ain't got shit to say. They don't stand on that shit, man. I don't believe some of these people believe all the shit that they be having to spew. But they getting confronted, man. Because a lot of these, especially like NBC, they downplayed Trump's assassination and said, oh, assassination attempt, and just said, oh, Trump ducked when he heard some popping that sounded like, what? I forgot how they worded it. Here it goes.
And NBC reported that when Trump was assassinated,
this lady is a real bitch. If you ever seen her as when she interviewed Trump, man, she was a bitch. Bitch! All she did was cut him off in every sentence, wouldn't let him answer a question. Welcome to the church, DMV. You been in this motherfucker. Stop leaving, nigga. This motherfucker's a real bitch, man. And I can smell the curry on her. She's a tether. You fled your country. Yes, you did. Tariq voice, you fled your country. Yes, you did. You fled your country because you were sitting over there, you know, playing with monkeys and, playing the flute to cobras. Yeah, eating street food with your hands. You fled. You know, You fled. Your father's a coward and he brought you over here. That's all. And if it wasn't for foundational Black Americans, you'd still be over there eating monkey brains. You'd still be over there eating monkey brains. You'd be eating monkey brains. And nom. And monkey flavored biryani rice, okay? See, we here as foundational Black Americans, we got it popping. We open the door for you. And you come over here and you got so much to say about Black folks, but you would, if it wasn't for us, you'd be walking around barefoot at a call center somewhere trying to sell fake Amazon accounts. You know, yeah, you're a dentist. Black folks been dentists for years. Knock it off. Knock it off. I can smell the curry on your breath, ma'am. Ma'am, I can smell the curry on your breath. Ma'am, you got to calm down. Ma'am, you got to calm down. Calm down. Go back to your call center. Your lunch break is over. Mother Joe!
You actually.
Why don't you go and off then?
You go. How can you slap? How can you slap?
Mad or what?
How can she slap? How can she slap me?
How can you slap?
How can she slap me?
How did you enter?
So you and Rikishi and the rest of the Patel family, why don't you go back home and fix your country, ma'am? We got so much to say about foundational Black Americans, how we're ghetto. Why don't you go back and be a dentist in your country? You know, I've been to India, and they are in dire need of dentistry in India. Stop tethering over here. You're an anchor baby. You're an anchor baby. Your father was a coward. You're an anchor baby. You're an anchor baby. And you're trying to latch on to our culture. Shout out to Tariq, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to DMV for the 20, man. Don't think I'll see you, fam. You know, my man came through with the 35. Much love to bro. You know what I'm saying? Much love. Again, this is a fan for the show, so the fans for the show, man. Durka, Durka! Durka, Durka! Y'all ain't seen that movie, man? Team America? That shit is hilarious. Durka, Durka! Durka, Durka, Durka! Durka! Durka, Durka, Durka! No, Durka. Oh, Durka. Durka, Durka.
Attempted assassination. It was popping noises that was initially reported. Would you like to respond?
They said it was popping noises, not gunshot, popping noises. This is NBC. NBC is really full of shit. You think CNN is full of shit? NBC is full of shit. NBC is full of shit. You bastard. What is going on with the computer, you bastard? Number 35. What is going on with the computer? Hold on. I think they are playing with the screen. Number 25. Speak to me. Number 25. Face ass.
NBC reported that when Trump was assassinated, attempted.
This is it. Baka kaka kaka durka. Durka. That shit was funny as hell.
Assassination. It was popping noises that was initially reported. Would you like to respond to that? No? Yep. All right, y'all, this is Savannah Hernandez, and this is actually Kristen Welkener right behind me of NBC News, the exact same network that reported after the attempted assassination of Donald Trump.
Her face is too wide. She's got a lot of blank space in the middle of her face. Like, where does your nose begin? Oh, for real. Oh, she looked like the thing on the Lemonheads box. She has a blank ass face. It's like something's missing. Something's missing on this face. I can't figure it out. Like she don't have a bridge to her nose or something. It's something gone. It's a big empty area right there.
Kristen Welkener right behind me.
She almost looked like she got Down syndrome.
Of NBC News, the exact same network that reported after the attempted assassination of Donald Trump that it was just popping noises. Kristen, would you like to say anything? No? Would anybody a part of NBC like to say anything about your faulty reporting?
See, when you confront the fake news, see, this is what's gonna be lit about when Trump get in there. Fake news is gonna get put on blast all day. Ratings is gonna go down on a lot of these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? For real. For real.
Not at all? Okay. So that's your mainstream media, ladies and gentlemen. And we have CNN here, we have MSNBC, we have NBC. So this week, I'm really going to try to ask all of these media members what their response is to their networks and this faulty reporting.
Yeah, they have twisted this shit to make Biden the hero now because he showed so much compassion for Trump after he got shot. Bullshit. Y'all think she looked fine? I just think there's something little off with her face to me, man. But, you know, at least you're not gay. It could be worse. You could be gay. At least you're not gay. I'm happy that you're not gay. That's a woman. A blank-faced woman, but it's a girl. So I ain't too mad at you.
You pervert.
CNN fired 100 employees recently due to low ratings. Yes. All we need is them to fire people at Google and YouTube. I swear I really wish, man, Elon would have acquired YouTube. Oh, man, that'd have been off the chain. Man, that should have been off the chain. Twitter, yeah, it's cool and everything, man. You know what I'm saying? But, man, if he would have got fuck Facebook. Facebook got too many old, comfortable Negroes on there. YouTube. If you would have got YouTube, man, everybody be lit. Terrence, what up, man? Appreciate you, man. Them red dot love saying fuck a goat. Fuck goat. Fuck a goat. Go fuck a goat. The Secret Service, man, really looks sloppy out there. I just got another video sent to me, too, about the Secret Service, man. They did drop the ball on that shit. They dropped the ball on that shit. These motherfuckers it was a gate around that motherfucking building, and these motherfuckers couldn't even get through, man. Like, it was some bullshit. These niggas is just out here moving sloppy. You get better fucking protection at a goddamn Jay-Z Beyonce concert. Look at this shit. They can't even get the officers through there because it's fenced in. How you get outsmarted by a fucking gamer, man? They ain't even like, these motherfuckers so weak. Dog, floor that motherfucking car through that goddamn gate. Nigga, you bullshitting. They was just bullshit. I'm just looking at, it doesn't really, the urgency.
Fucking hit it like you mean it.
If you don't take your motherfucking gun and bust and shoot the lock off the gate, like, what are y'all on? These cops are terrible. Fire them all. They act like they couldn't jump a fence. Like, man, these niggas suck. This is what happens when you need high security in these little Mulberry ass, Murfreesboro ass towns and shit, man. Mulberry, you know what I'm saying, ass towns, man. These fucking cops ain't never seen no action. Ever. Again, most they ever seen was drunk driving, a meth head possession, and some fucking speeding tickets. Other than that, they ain't even never pulled their gun out the holster before. Move! Suck a dick. Booty's nuts. Man, these motherfuckers ain't came ready to protect no goddamn president. Fire them all. See, the fucking shit was fenced in. This motherfucking little nigga just jumped the fence with a goddamn assault rifle, nigga. What do you have, a 5.56 or some shit? These niggas suck, man. Do you know that he climbed a building that the police were in? They were inside the building while he's on top of them. This is how stupid these motherfuckers were moving. That's literally like somebody going to the police station and climbing the roof. That's literally like somebody going to the police station and climbing the roof. How do you get away with that? Like, it's a guy on the roof of the police station. Nigga, please. You should have been spotted as soon as you fucking started walking up there with the motherfucking gun. Yeah, I could reason with you thinking that it's an inside job, because it just don't make no sense. All the police was inside the building, and only one guy went out. They said there's a guy on the roof. Go out there. One guy. Only one guy. Come on, man.
I'm worried there's going to be like
he get the gun flashed at him and he run. Cops ain't supposed to run when you pull a gun on them. They supposed to get down, pull out, and engage. Pause. No rainbow. That's the crazy shit, man. He should have let off. It do sound like an inside job when you see how goofy they were moving. Y'all can't protect shit. Protect these nuts. The motherfucker pull out motherfucking gun out and motherfucking discharge, man. Let loose. I shot him in his ass. You know? Soon as they said there's a guy on a roof, he should have had his gun out. He should have been climbing the ladder with his gun in his right hand, left hand, whatever hand he is. Should have been climbing the roof with his gun out, already charged, ready to go. Because what else is a motherfucker on the roof for? You know? But yeah, man, a lot of people, this is the thing. We got to really think about this now. There are a lot of people who genuinely support Trump, and we've been following this shit for years now. Ever since he went against Hillary. We've been following this and been fans of this man since then. But now there are a lot of people that's changing their minds. But we still got to keep an eye on them niggas because a lot of them motherfuckers had the passion for hating Trump. And a lot of that shit is embedded in a lot of these motherfuckers. Because you can go anywhere right now and talk about your hatred for Trump and you'll gain a following. You'll have a whole crowd of people chiming in. Yeah, I can't say that racist motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? See, a lot of people don't want to deal with what comes with this. You know, what came with me having that red pill mindset and the logical mind and, you know what I'm saying, and my takes on single moms and all this shit, it came with scrutiny, public scrutiny. It came with people wanting to distance themselves. It came from being ostracized by family members and losing bitches and shit like that. Same with your support for Trump. That's the consequences that come with that. So a lot of these new fly-by-night Trump supporters, they didn't have to deal with that shit. And now more people are jumping on the Trump train. But it's us, the foundation, that made it safe. But we didn't do it because it was popular, and we didn't do it because, we want to be different. We did it because it made sense. You know? But it's motherfuckers out here that's changing their minds. You know what I'm saying? And Trump is trying to play off of that. That's why he got Amber Rose, and she's running around here. Talking about how she was brainwashed by the media. Now we gotta keep pushing that out here, pushing that narrative out here. Fake news, the media, the fake news. They have to get put on. They have to be put on trial every day. NBC, MSNBC, ABC, CNN, and whatever other weak ass platforms, The View, Cocktails with Queens, whatever. All this shit needs to get put on blast. Because that's the real misinformation.
Or, endorsement of.
But now Amber Rose is endorsing Trump. You know what I'm saying? And she knows what comes with this shit. But again, just like with Kanye, after seeing Kanye, how he was moving, it wasn't genuine. Because he didn't stand on business. And she come from Kanye, so you got to watch this bitch. I had to really think about this shit. You got to watch this bitch. I know Trump is playing chess. Shout out to Moves Maker for the 20. I know he's playing chess, but you got to watch this bitch.
Donald Trump. I mean, you're all about women's rights issues. I mean, what was the reason for the big change?
That's another thing. She's a big feminist. She's the creator of a slut walk. And I forgot, that slipped my mind when we were talking about this shit the other day, but we own it. We own that ass today. We got to keep our sights on her ass, because she might flip-flop like a motherfucker. Because she's got the feminist spirit. She organizes feminist marches that encourage women to be whores. You know? Now, this Trump situation is bringing her back relevancy, because this is the same bitch that just got left, you know what I'm saying, by her boyfriend for a bitch in her 70s. Her boyfriend left her to be with Cher. Supporting freedom of speech, salute to you, 92 Dolo. Again, anybody in this chat, if y'all support freedom of speech, hit that super chat. You know what I'm saying? And hit that like button and share on Facebook. Make sure you put me in them groups, share on Facebook, piss these hoes off. Supporting freedom of speech, Jap Luther King for president. Now, I don't want to be president. They shooting niggas. The real will survive, standing on business. Much love. I just want to do what Tucker Carlson do with Trump. Let me just interview him for the streets. Let me do street interviews with Trump. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be no goddamn president. Fuck that. Fuck that. Then my old hoes start coming out. You know what I'm saying? Old hoes start coming out with books and they doing interviews. Yes, I was with Jap and he was so abusive and he slapped the shit out of me.
Shut the fuck up!
He was so abusive. He threw a vase at me. He threw a vase at me, and I've been scared ever since. Every time I hear glass shatter, it just brings back horrible memories of when Jap used to kick me down a flight of stairs. I'm like, man, hell no. You start running for any political office, all the old hoes come out. Yeah, I went to high school with him. He was abusive. You know, and he took my face and he put it in its private. He took my face and put it in its private. You know, fuck that. I'm good. I'm good. You know? Fuck all that dumb shit. Fuck all that dumb shit, my nigga.
Trump not for women's rights issues?
I mean, I guess a lot of people were
He's
asking.
trying to make America great again. That's for women too, right?
That's true. I mean,
okay. So there you go.
I know. Does him getting convicted like change the way you view him?
Not at all.
I mean, do you think it'll help his chances like getting like reelected, or like you'll hurt him?
I think it helps him more.
I think
it actually helps. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, see, this is bringing her relevance, man. Never forget she was a feminist, man. Don't let her get away with that. Because that slut walk did nothing for us as the black man. The free thinking straight black man, we got nothing from that march. Yeah, if I run president, they'd do a survival of Minister Jap. all these bitches lined up and shit. Some of these bitches probably fat as fuck now. Yeah, you don't go from the slut walk to being a super conservative. You know what I'm saying? So we really don't believe her. We really don't believe her. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people are changing their minds and stuff like that, and he wants to push that out there. Trump wants to push that out there that he can change the minds of people. That's what he's using her for. That's what she's being used for. You know what I'm saying? It's calculated.
I think people see the injustice in what happened, and they want to vote for him more than ever.
I know. I wanted to ask you. So it seems like a lot of celebrities are kind of like voting for Trump now. I mean, why do you think people are kind of like changing their way of like?
I think we just did our research, and we're just, we're not brainwashed anymore by the left. I can say that about myself.
Yeah, they did a good job of brainwashing. One thing you can say about the media is they did a damn good job of making us think this man's a racist.
All these years I've been brainwashed, and I'm not anymore. So
it's like, they really did a good job of this shit, man. So make no mistake, because a lot of these motherfuckers were liberal. Kanye was a liberal too. George Bush doesn't care about black people. And just he was super, super liberal, with his support for the gays. And look at her, she got support for the gays. She got support for the hoes, for the whores. Not just hoes, whores. You know what I'm saying? Whores. So we got to get into this, man. Who is JD Vance? Now, I've been looking him up all day and all yesterday as well, because I really don't know who he really is, man. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm into politics. I don't know every last person. I like the people I like. This guy, I like a lot of aspects of him. But I had to think about this. I heard a lot of things, and I don't want you guys, I want you guys to really understand where your thinking has to be right now. Jap, are they still having Trump in Chicago? Or are you going? If they do, I'll go. If they do, I'll go. I'll wait in line for that because it's in my city. But we can't want to have Trump in office so bad that we forget to have a black agenda. I found a lot of things on this guy, but I could not find him saying anything, or implementing anything, or showing concern for anything black. I couldn't find anything where he showed concern, interest, and said something specifically for black people. Now, I understand we are playing chess. We the free thinking straight black man. So we got to use Trump for what he's useful for and what we stand to benefit from. I benefit from closing them borders. I benefit from the gas. I benefit from the inflation. You know what I'm saying? That stuff, that stuff is great, but we still, so Ice Cube come along and he's got a plan. We need to support that and get it to them. I want to hear this guy talk about black issues, and I could not find it. If any of you all in the audience can find it, I'll stand corrected, but I don't trust this guy. I don't trust him. And I always feel like this, because he started off hating Trump. He called himself a never Trumper. I'm a never Trumper. Now, again, we playing chess. Trump is the better option. We want Trump bad, but we got to understand this. Trump is old. And when you elect your VP, you elect a VP that can be a possible president. So always have that in mind when thinking about your vice president, that they can possibly be president. Kamala Harris could possibly be the president if Biden croak over. Negroes from the Chicken Committee, they didn't think about that. They just said, oh, it's a so-called black woman when she's not. She's a tether. She's not foundational black American. She's a tether. She's a tether. Your mother, she fled. Your father, he fled. He even fled your mother. You're a tether. You're an anchor baby. You know? And I think that this guy, man, honestly, I know Trump's playing strategy. And we're going to get into JD Vance, but I think this guy is his only mistake with this campaign. Trump is going to win regardless. But I think this guy is going to be a mistake because I don't trust snakes. You know, you can not like me and then, apologize and all that shit, but I'm never going to be as cool with you as if the first inception of meeting you, it was just all love. You know, it's only been, what, 3 years of him endorsing Trump? Well, no, about 4 years, because Trump endorsed him to become senator. So whenever he became senator, that's around the time he changed his mind. But before, he was a left-wing nut. And you always gotta consider that. And those are the two things that I don't like about this guy. He doesn't address black issues, and he was a snake from the beginning. But right now, with the stuff he's saying makes a lot of sense, but he's saying everything except for anything about the black community.
Media and Congressman Ryan, they talk about this all the time. The thing they never mentioned is that poor girl was raped by an illegal alien, somebody that should have never been in this state in the first place.
See, I like him because he's tough on immigrants. One thing I learned too is he doesn't give a fuck about the Ukraine, and I like that. But I had to think about it. I like all these things, and I was talking to my old head today, and I was chopping it with him. I'm like, yeah, man, so I investigated. He's like, but he was like, yeah, all that sounds good, but what is he gonna do for black folks? And I was like, damn, you right. Let me call you back. So I get to look it up, everything. I'm typing in JD Vance on black community, JD Vance black community. I'm just looking at everything. I can't find a damn thing. Can't find a damn thing about him talking about the black community. You know what I'm saying? I like a lot of things about him, but he was like, yeah, but nigga, what are you gonna do for us? It's like, specifically, that was like, what has he done for us? Specifically. And that was tough.
When the media and people like Tim Ryan accuse me of engaging in the great replacement theory, I'll tell you exactly what happens, Tim. What happens is that my own children, my biracial children, get attacked by scumbags online and in person because you are so desperate for political power that you'll accuse me, the father of 3 beautiful biracial babies, of engaging in racism. We are sick.
That's another thing. That's another thing too. We're gonna get into that when I pull up his wife. He's married to an Indian woman. He's married to Kamala's cousin. You know what I'm saying? How could you slap? So he's married to a Hindu woman. You know what I'm saying? You know, Durka, and you know, Trump, from what I was reading today, Biden has a big hold. He's losing it a little bit now, but he's got a big hold on the Asian Americans. Because a lot of black folks don't know that Indians are considered Asian. You know what I'm saying? They're Asian. But Kamala really gave them a big base with that. But they're losing that base. And this guy helps Trump tap into that base. So if Trump could get, you know, upwards of half of Biden's Asian American base, you know what I'm saying? That'll definitely, you know what I'm saying, strengthen him in the polls for the election. So this helps him in that regard. It shows that diversity shit, you know, all that, you know, DEI shit, you know, that people want to see the optics of it, you know, that makes him not look racist. You know what I'm saying? But this is the pieces on the chessboard, because I know a lot of people saying Tim Scott, but if you listen to Tim Scott and how corny he is, I think Trump recognized how corny Tim Scott is. He doesn't have that brother authenticity about him. You know, Ben Carson got a little bit more. Tim Scott is just really cringe corny. He's just too corny. You know, this is the first, and this is another thing. This is one of the first presidential motherfuckers that I ever seen with facial hair. Really look at that shit. Really think about it. Most motherfuckers in politics have no facial hair. They don't even have a mustache. You know? This motherfucker got a full fucking beard. Like he in the wilderness. That looks different compared to any other motherfucker who's a politician. No politicians have facial hair. That's always been a thing. It's like the mob. It's the first time I've ever seen this shit. I'm surprised Trump would say, man, you gotta cut that shit off if you're gonna be rocking with me, man. Oh, okay, Abraham Lincoln, yeah. Abraham Lincoln had a beard. Abraham Lincoln had a beard. I give you that. But just pull up, you know, CNN or whatever. All the motherfuckers face bald as hell.
Of it. You can believe in a border without being a racist. You can believe in the country without being a racist. And this just shows how desperate this guy is for political power.
I think it takes a special amount of gall to be from Joe Biden's political party and to complain about the fentanyl crisis that is ravaging not just Ohio, but the entire country, because it is Joe Biden's border policies into our country at record levels.
It explains that wife, the word wife, is an example of the type of language that we need to eliminate. And I'm just asking if that's something you think is necessary or something you support.
I'd have to give that one some more thought.
Well, I would hope that the word wife is not something that or is something that we can all agree is a
reasonable vocabulary word that most Americans use in their daily life. It's not something that we need to eliminate. And I'm very confident that the majority of Ohioans, if there's a pilot who...
He's against the woke shit, which I agree with. I agree with a lot of things he says, but I got to, we got to understand that we need Black agenda. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, yeah, you close the borders up, this and that, and then the Black man still don't get shit.
Is offended by the word wife or the word cockpit, maybe that person shouldn't be a pilot. So rather than kowtowing to people who are fragile, maybe we should actually say, if you're so worried about the words that we are using, you shouldn't be flying multi-ton metal engines through the sky. And I just ask all of us to maybe try to focus as much on real problems, like the fact that our aviation system seems to not be working as well as it used to, than the fact that we may use uninclusive or under-inclusive language.
Are you interested in being the running mate of a convicted felon?
Well, Wolf, the entire purpose of this trial was to allow the media and the Democrats to say exactly that. This is never about justice. This is about plastering convicted felon all over the airwaves, when in reality, the only thing that Donald Trump is guilty of is being in the courtroom of a political sham trial. You cannot say that this trial was anything more than politics.
Now, he advocates like a motherfucker for Trump, which is crazy, you know what I'm saying? Because in the beginning, he was a big anti-Trump motherfucker. Let's get into this.
Masquerading as justice. And yes, I will help Donald Trump. I will help Donald Trump however I think that I can, Wolf, because if we allow this to happen, it's so much bigger and so much more troubling than Donald Trump. If we allow this standard that you can throw your political opponents in jail because they're doing better than you in an election, it will be the end of this country as we know it. On November 10th, 2021, the FAA held an inclusive language summit. Are you familiar with this effort?
I am familiar with it.
During the summit, which had a solicitation published in the Federal Register, Deputy Administrator Mims stated that when we use terms like airmen or unmanned aircraft, sorry, I'm laughing because this has to be a joke, we're sending a message that only men belong in the aerospace community.
Yeah, this is the stupidest shit ever, the way they trying to change language. Y'all remember I showed y'all that article when they tried to take the word man? I think it was out of Penn State. They didn't want to, woman, it was like birthing people, woman, postman. They want to just take everything, don't want to put man in no words. Take man out of it.
Do you agree with that statement?
Well, Senator, what I could say is that having been a pilot for 42 years and seeing the evolution of our aerospace industry, I started out in helicopters and have flown as a captain. Not everyone is a pilot today. We have drones, we have spaceships, spacecraft, that, by the way.
Of infrastructure funding, and yet it looks necessary preoccupation with the words that you're using and that we're using rather than the work that we're doing.
Why criticize Pete Buttigieg on this?
The Secretary of Transportation has been the recipient of hundreds of billions of dollars of infrastructure funding, and yet it looks in a lot of ways like our infrastructure is degrading or certainly not getting better. The second thing is, yesterday, Pete Buttigieg had the opportunity to address this problem. He instead talked about the excessive amount of, this is not a joke, too many white men in the construction industry. That is not a serious concern for this country right now. What's going on in East Palestine is the Secretary of Transportation needs to focus on real problems, not fake problems. And until he does, people are going to wonder whether he's doing his job.
Yeah, so, everything you talk about, I can't find nothing about black issues. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just, who the fuck is JD Vance? Who the fuck is this guy, man? And what is he going to do for us? Because he could possibly end up being the fucking president. You know what I'm saying? Because again, Trump's getting up there in age, man. These are the oldest presidents ever. Him and Biden.
Formally selected Ohio Senator JD Vance as his vice presidential running mate for this year's US election. The 39-year-old Vance was formally nominated at today's Republican National Convention in Milwaukee and accepted the nomination by entering the arena to the strains of Merle Haggard's overtly parochial
Yeah, I know he's a senator of Ohio, so now this pretty much guarantees Trump Ohio. This guy, he's from the research, he's pretty much a hillbilly. He wrote a hillbilly book. You know what I'm saying? He was in the military, which is good. He's a patriot. You know, he's conservative. He don't give a fuck about these abortions. He don't give a fuck about Ukraine. But Trump, and all the rest, they still give a fuck about Israel. I don't get Israel. What the fuck do we need the motherfuckers for? What is the big? I got to get educated about that. Somebody need to inform me of what is the big deal about having to have Israel's back all the fucking time. Why can't they hold their nuts? Tariq voice. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he's definitely going to get Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania owe him for that. He took a bullet in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania owe him. Pennsylvania owe Trump. He took a bullet in PA, man. They owe him. They owe him. Real talk. You know, I just don't get it, man. The fuck is the big deal? But you can't win them all. I know he can't stand the fact that we spend money on the Ukraine, and that's a great thing. I can't stand that Ukraine shit either. I can't stand that Ukraine shit. One thing you look up about him, he does not want to fund Ukraine. And that's, you know, because he's like, if we keep funding him, I mean, what's going to be the difference? It's not going to help or hinder anything for us to fucking help them. What is going to be what is going to be, you know?
2005 song, America First.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for us to determine our nominee for the office of Vice President of the United States, Senator JD Vance.
We got Kamala's sister cousin with him.
Vance now becomes the first millennial.
Another thing I don't like about him is he's weak because all his kids got Indian names. So if you're weak in your household, you know, because we already in enough mess with feminism. We wouldn't have, if white men were strong, we wouldn't have feminism. White men let their wives and let their women run everything and run their goddamn mouth. Now we got feminism. Feminism is a mistake of the white man for not checking his bitch. So his kids got Indian names, and that shit ain't showing dominance. That ain't showing dominance at all. You saying that her motherfucking culture is superior to yours, and this bitch over here, her family fled. You know, so that's something to think about the character of this nigga too. Like I said, I think this might be the only mistake Trump has made so far, man, picking this nigga
on a presidential ticket. But who is he and where has he come from? Born in Middletown, Ohio, Vance first rose to public prominence in 2016 on the back of his popular memoir, Hillbilly Elegy, which detailed his upbringing and family struggle in Rust Belt America against the backdrop of Appalachian traditions.
See, this is another reason why that Trump picked him, because this guy is popular. This Hillbilly Elegy shit, this book is a bestseller. I've never heard of it, but I'm not into hillbilly shit. But this book's a bestseller, and they made a movie off of it. You know what I'm saying? So he's you know what I'm saying? He's a household name amongst the hillbilly, hard-working farmer-ass community. You know what I'm saying? What you would call the backbone of America, the heartbeat of America, the beer drinkers. You know what I mean? The horse riders. He's got them in his pocket. Trump, he's got the big wigs, Wall Street, developers, and all that shit. So this is a calculated strategy, because just believe this. Black folks do a lot of complaining, but a lot of them hotep motherfuckers and all the motherfuckers you see them, they don't vote. Tariq Nasheed have a big chat room, 8,000 motherfuckers in that motherfucker, and he telling them not to vote. Hold your vote. Umar, same way. I tell you not to vote. See, all our educated motherfuckers don't vote. They know how to complain, though. You got a lot of educated niggas that think they know everything about everything, and they don't vote. And those who do vote out of tradition and emotions. And that's the motherfucker, the Catfish Baptists, the old Negroes, and black women. Shit, and to be honest with you, a lot of black women on welfare don't even vote. You know? Voting in the black community is just as scarce as the passport. Think about it, all the hood niggas and everybody you know, most niggas don't vote. A lot of black men can't. They got convictions. So a lot of motherfuckers don't vote. But his base are big voters, passionate voters. You know, and between him having the hillbillies and what Trump did for farmers when he was in, with those two strategies combined, they will definitely make a big impact. Because the farming community is not fucking with Biden right now. A lot of farmers got put out of business. The hillbillies is not feeling Biden right now. Electric cars. I drive a truck. He's with those motherfuckers. He comes from that. But again, we in the urban community, we still have not heard anything that he does and that he's concerned with us. You know, like I said, there's things that they're going to do for the country that we benefit from, but a specific for us is what I'm looking for.
That book was turned into a Netflix film directing a cast that featured Amy Adams and Glenn Close. The film was critically panned and earned Golden Raspberry nominations for Worst Director, Worst Screenplay, and Worst Supporting Actress for Close, although Close did receive an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actress for the role. Nevertheless, Vance used the book's success and his own background in venture capitalism, notably serving as a principal at Peter Thiel's Mirthville Capital firm between 2016 and 2017, to kickstart a political career, running for the Senate in Ohio in 2021 in a campaign that was financially backed by Thiel. Vance won the Senate seat in the general election in November 2022. Although Vance once declared...
And he's young. Here's the thing, too. He's young. He was in a technology company. You know what I'm saying? So, and he's a millennial. So that's another reason why Trump grabbed him compared to all the other people. He's younger. You know what I'm saying? He covers a lot of demographics, except for the black community. And the way I guess Trump's looking at it is like, I got the blacks. If they team up, Trump is like, I got the blacks, because Trump got the blacks. But I want y'all to understand this. Don't get tunnel vision with, we got to have Trump and not keep an eye on this motherfucker, because if he ends up having to run the country, you know what I'm saying, he may not do shit for us. He only 39 years old, though.
Himself a never-Trumper, going so far as to call Trump reprehensible in a tweet posted in 2016, Vance quickly aligned with Trump leading into...
Now, he didn't took down all his tweets, his bad tweets about Trump, but, you know people going to pull your tweets up. You know what I'm saying? Do I think Chicago will go red this year? No. Hold on. Who said that? Let me pull that comment up for y'all so y'all can see it. Do I think Trump? I wish y'all would just hit the super chat when y'all ask some good questions. Where the fuck is that comment? I can't find it, man. But no, I don't think Chicago will go red because we got too many old Negroes. Too many old, comfortable Negroes out here. And yeah, we might have a big population, but we got a population of niggas and young niggas at that who don't vote. Here you go. God damn, man, you making shit difficult. Yeah, man. Was I a day one Trumper? Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Was I a day one Trumper? Are you serious? Grab her by the pussy.
Shut the fuck up!
Yes. Yes. Because I knew who Joe Biden was when I researched and I found out how fucking racist he was. I seen all the bullshit that Kamala did to set black men back, and I'm about black men first. You know what I'm saying? Oh, hell no. I was never going to fuck with no goddamn Biden. You're a nut.
His election. Vance has said he would have worked to overturn the results of the 2020 US election if he were vice president. And
yeah, it was back in those days, what was 2016, it was me in this space and Marcus A. Brown. Like, we was like one of the first motherfuckers to really jump on the Trump train. And bro went to the White House to go see Trump. I wish he'd have told me. I would have went with him.
Said that the January 6th insurrection at the US Capitol was constitutional.
He said, well, wasn't January 6th the constitutional crisis? And I shook my head and I said, no. January the 6th, Donald Trump trying to challenge an election through constitutional means, that is the opposite of a constitutional crisis. A constitutional crisis is when generals refuse to obey the orders of...
See, now he's in full support of Trump. That's like, but you got to watch him, man, because he started off as a snake. Just think if the NFL would let Donald Trump buy the Buffalo Bills, he would never have ran for president. Liberals did this to themselves. Yeah, I wish him and Elon got together and bought YouTube. Buy YouTube. This shit needs to change. It's gay as hell.
The commander-in-chief, let's go after those generals who refuse to obey lawful orders, not against Donald Trump and his supporters. That's law and order. That's common sense.
Vance is also anti-abortion and broadly against same-sex marriage, claimed there is...
That won me over too. I like that. He's against abortion and against same-sex marriage. I'm with that. Because I'm about these lines up with my values. Remember I told y'all when it comes to voting, my stance on it. VIP, values, interests, and policies. this lines up with my values. So, you know, yeah, but I have to understand too, again, a lot of the things that he does lines up with my values, my interests, but I don't have the policy for the black man yet. That has to be addressed. And now that he has declared himself the vice president nominee, more of these black publications need to be sitting down with this dude and grilling him. He need to go to the Breakfast Club. He need to go. We need to have him getting grilled. I would say Roland Martin, but nah. But somebody black need to sit down with this man. Somebody black need to sit down with this man. An uncompromised black man.
There's no climate crisis, supports foreign aid going to Israel but opposes it for the Ukraine, insisting instead that Europe become, quote, more self-sufficient.
The best way to help Ukraine, I think, from a European perspective, is for Europe to become more self-sufficient. Vladimir Putin is, of course, in the geopolitical backyard of Europe. The United States, as it focuses more on East Asia, simply can't be expected to foot a disproportionate share of the burden. But again, you know...
Yeah. You know, the rest of the UK need to kick in. That's the problem. Ain't nobody else kicking in to help them motherfuckers. They want us to take the bill. When you see Zelensky come to America, he literally come here just to get a check and come to the podium, say some shit, and bounce. That nigga don't even put a suit on. He's like, where my check at, man? All right, I'll see y'all later. You know, we going back to war. The fuck are we funding a war with y'all motherfuckers for, man? Then, here's the other thing. After the war is over, let's say they come to a peace. They come to a ceasefire in the Ukraine, in Russia. They cease fire. You know, we're going to be expected to foot the bill to rebuild the Ukraine. So we fund the war, and then after the war, because everything is destroyed, we got to rebuild that country? Fuck them. Could we ever call them if we needed them? We got our own fucking problems here. Will the Ukrainian people ever help America? Could we depend on them? They can't even fight for their damn selves. Who the fuck gonna step in and help us? We need help at the border. Send some Ukrainians over here. No, that shit don't happen. So fuck them. It's gonna take us about 10 years to rebuild their damn country back up from that war. From all of the buildings and everything that's destroyed, it's gonna take trillions. And what the fuck do we get from that? How does that affect you? What do we get out of helping them? Fuck them.
I'm going to repeat this because I think it's very important. Europeans, I think, have this sense that the main problem with...
And they surrounded by dozens of European countries. Them niggas need to kick in. They're on your continent. Help them motherfuckers. We don't got time for that shit. Well, I mean, they close to it. Wait, hold on, where is Ukraine at? Because Ukraine is so little. Hold on. Ukraine, I think it's right by Russia, so it's probably in Asia. Hold on. But the UK need to help out if you're gonna talk about this NATO shit. Hold on. I keep thinking they in Europe. I don't think they're in Europe. See, yeah, they right. But they're in Eastern Europe. In Eastern Europe. So they not. Why they make it sound like they so close? Hold on. Look at this map. I have no plans on ever going here. I mean, you could ask Bulgaria, Hungary, Poland definitely needs to help them. As much as Poland say that they don't bring in no immigrants. Belarus, have them motherfuckers help out. Them motherfuckers over there chilling ain't thinking about what's going on in Ukraine. It ain't us. Fuck them, man.
Support for Ukraine is political will in the United States of America. The main problem is that we don't manufacture enough weapons.
Recently, Vance spoke at conservative lobby.
Yeah, I heard we're sending all of our weapons over there, and we running out our own goddamn weapons. You know, fuck them, man.
Group Turning Point Actions Conference in Detroit.
We need to have people who are supporting Trump, not trying to stab him in the back. It's very, very simple.
Where this also happened.
This is concerning. This is concerning. This white boy summer comment. This is concerning. See, I'm not so pro-Trump that I can't be critical. I'm not sure about this guy. There are some things about this guy that I like, but there's also a lot of things I don't. I ain't feeling this shit. I'm not feeling the weakness in his household by letting his wife name them kids them crazy ass Indian names. You know, I'm not sure about his manhood. I like the fact that he's a veteran. I like the fact that, you know what I'm saying, he's anti-abortion and anti, you know what I'm saying, dealing with the rainbow. And it's fuck the Ukraine. You know, those are things that I like. Those are things that I complain about. But I'm not sure about this nigga, man. Because he's a young flip-flopping motherfucker and he came out and did this clown shit. He came out here talking about it's looking like a white boy summer. See? Now you're on that Chet Hanks shit. Y'all remember Tom Hanks' son? Y'all remember Tom Hanks' son? Y'all saying he's Jewish? He can't be Jewish, man. Look that up, man. Let me see, man. You know, I like his stance on bringing back these jobs, but he's a Catholic. He's a Catholic. He's a Catholic. He's a practicing Catholic. Yeah, Chet Hanks and shit with this white boy summer shit. You know what I'm saying? Was basically like a stab at blacks. Cause you know, you can't really trust white niggas with fades, man. White niggas with fades, you gotta watch them, man. Gotta watch them, man.
Kind of feels like it's a white boy summer around here.
And yeah, see, that joke ain't really hit hard with me. You know? Got me looking at you funny style. See, I want you to keep it real with me. Don't coddle me. Keep it real. That's what I like about Trump. He don't coddle the black folks. He keep it real. But this guy, I'm not really feeling him, man.
This also happened.
Absolutely, and now the battle lines are being drawn. Are you gonna let them turn the frogs gay? Are you gonna let them brainwash and take your children? And that's what this is about. We are pro-human, old, young, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, everybody that has red blood.
As for what JD Vance will pursue as vice presidential nominee, that remains to be seen. But, at least on paper, he seems much more aligned with the Trump mindset than his predecessor, Mike Pence.
He's better than Mike Pence, But Mike Pence was consistent. See, he just flip-flopped. He was, I mean, he was a huge Trump hater. And I think Trump is running off this I can change your mind thing. Look what I did with JD Vance. Look what I did with Amber Rose. So I can change your perception. And he's so focused on that, but what's being left out is an agenda for us. And I'm telling you, it's going to be like a needle in a haystack trying to find him. The only time I found him talking about the black community, he was on the stage with another black dude. I can't remember his name. And he told the audience to ask him the questions about the black community because he's more of an expert on it. And the only thing that he spoke on was that black people, it's not fair that systematically housing them in alienated areas, you know what I'm saying, is where they're not exposed to certain things. It was something to that degree, but it wasn't. And I don't even think he was a politician at that time. I think he was trying to run for Senate at that time. But ever since he's been a senator, I can't find shit. What you doing for the urban black community? Like, what's going on? Crime, and I haven't heard anything about crime either. I haven't heard anything about crime. You think he should have chosen Rubio? I wanted Ted Cruz too, man. I would have liked to have Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz made a lot of sense. A lot of sense. Ted Cruz would have made a lot of sense. And every last press conference, every address would be lit from Trump or Cruz. Either one of them could talk. I'm good with it. Matt Gaetz is a little too, he ain't refined as Ted Cruz. You know what I'm saying? But he definitely would have been a good pick. You know what I'm saying? Ted be flip-flopping too a little bit but him and Trump be getting into it. That's the thing. They don't get along like that. Him or DeSantis. Ron Paul wouldn't have won over the black folks or the younger generation, though. I like Ron Paul. Come on, man. Y'all naming Hillary. Get the fuck out of here. He's got to, see, his VP's got to help him get a base that he can't touch. You know what I'm saying? And Trump is like 50-50 when it comes to the hillbillies and shit like that. Because they still don't view him as, a down-to-earth motherfucker. They still view him as a shrewd businessman a lot of the times. They still see him as, you never put on jeans before and walked on some grass with some boots. You never laced up no boots before. You a motherfucker that been wearing a suit every day for your whole life. So that's how they're going to view him. Marjorie Taylor Greene, too radical. It wouldn't have worked. She'd have pissed women off. Marjorie Taylor Greene would have ran the woman vote off. He wouldn't have got any women.
That almost.
So, the DeSantis thing, he's been talking about him so bad in the public, you know what I'm saying? It's just, I don't know, man, but upon doing the research on who the fuck JD Vance is and finding out that his wife was a curry chicken bitch, that's why Vivek really rock with him. And he's Vivek's friend. And I believe, from what I heard, what I was reading, he named one of his sons Vivek. So him and Vivek Ramaswamy are tied in. Now, I wouldn't have mind Trump dealing with Vivek Ramaswamy, but the country voters would not rock with Vivek Ramaswamy. They already don't like Kamala, whatever the fuck you want to call it. So he would have turned a lot of people off with just his name alone.
While we were sitting here, Donald Trump has picked Senator JD Vance.
You kidding me? There it is. I see it. I'm glad to see it. It sounded like the winds were pointing in that direction.
Yes.
And I had offered him my preliminary congratulations, and I think he will be an outstanding vice president. I think President Trump and our country will be lucky to have him, and I want to see them succeed at a scale that not only makes the Republican Party thrive, but makes the country thrive. I think we American politics. So it's funny to me, reacting to the news in real time. I mean, thinking about the context in which he and I knew each other, both Southwest Ohio natives, through different journeys. We were classmates in law school.
They were classmates in school. See, these motherfuckers, they locked in. You know what I'm saying? And Vivek gonna fuck around and get some type of job in President Trump's cabinet. You know what I'm saying, when he gets in there.
In politics. So it's funny to me, reacting to the news in real time. I mean, thinking about the context in which he and I knew each other, both Southwest Ohio natives, through different journeys. We were classmates in law school. Never imagined that this is where he and I would both be. We were reminiscing on that a little bit. And here we are just a little over 10 years later. And I am very proud of him. I mean, just to state the obvious, he is somebody who is an American dream story. Didn't come from standard political means or business backgrounds, and yet has succeeded at the highest levels in this country.
Yeah, and dude was like a businessman too. He's got some real good credentials, but again, man, we got to keep an eye on him because who is he tied to? What's the agenda and what do black folks get out of it? Specifically black folks. Because see, and him being married to Kamala's cousin, are they gonna be on this Asian wave, this Indian wave? Because that's gonna be a spit in the face to us. Because in our community, all they do is set up businesses and treat us like shit. And I don't know if you've ever worked. Like, I worked in corporate with Indians, and they are rude. I had an Indian boss. Motherfucker name was Jay Patel. If I ever see him in the streets, I'm going to slap the shit out of him. That motherfucker talked reckless, man. And I was young, too. But that motherfucker was rude as hell. They treat black folks like shit. The white girls, they was, oh, my God. They was just like, loving them, but they was real confrontational with black men, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm just keeping it a buck with you. They some rude, condescending motherfuckers. They think they the smartest motherfuckers in the world. I'll put the link in the chat if y'all want to chop it. I know y'all niggas be on some bullshit though, because y'all at work. But yeah, man, we got to talk about JD Vance's wife smelling like curry and biryani rice.
JD Vance of Ohio, Trump's newly announced running mate and vice presidential candidate of the U.S.
Number 35.
Besides being an accomplished attorney, is the daughter of Indian immigrants to the U.S. Her name is Usha Chilukuri Vance. Now, Usha Vance was raised in San Diego. Usha Vance got a bachelor's degree in history from Yale and a master of philosophy degree from the University of Cambridge.
See, she's going to be, when she get the mic too, because she's going to start running her mouth and endorsing Trump, and that's going to bring a lot of the Indians over. So a lot of the, now the MAGA wave going to start smelling like curry. So you got to understand, this is all strategy. Because again, a lot of black people, most of them gonna vote Democrat. You know what I'm saying? A lot of motherfuckers know that. So they tapping into other bases. Man. Because there's certain states that they know they're not going to win. Illinois being one of them. New York is starting to really wake up and change their mind. That might be up in the air. But in certain states, California, they ain't gonna worry about that shit. They're gonna get everything around California. You know, Texas, they definitely got it in the bag. You know, all the other states that's rural and shit like that, Montana, Wyoming, you know what I'm saying? North, South Dakota, all that. Yeah, they got that in the bag. This diversity hire right here, this diversity marriage, this is going to get them into different doors. So they can get, you know, so they can get Jersey, Connecticut, you know what I'm saying? They definitely got Indiana. They definitely got Ohio. Is Michigan a toss-up? Do Michigan go blue? Do Michigan go blue? Wisconsin, I know it's red. Wisconsin's red. So yeah, she helps get that Asian vote.
According to reports, she was a registered Democrat until at least 2014. After
See, that's what I'm talking about. These newfound Republicans. She was just a Democrat. He was just a Democrat. So this is why you know what I'm saying? That's their roots. See, your roots is where your heart is. You know what I'm saying? This is why I really don't trust this motherfucker.
graduating from law school, Usha Vance completed a number of clerkships, including for Supreme Court Chief Justice John Roberts. She met JD Vance when they were both students at Yale Law School. They married in 2014. Reportedly, Pandit associated the wedding and they have Pandit officiated the wedding and they have 3 children. From 2015 to 2017, Vance worked at the California law firm Munger.
He studied law. Dude's got some good credentials, man. He got some good credentials. You know what I'm saying? As far as the military, I like the fact that he's a veteran. But again, I can like all these things. Where is the shit for the black people? What are you going to do for black people? That's what we got to keep hammering home with him. And I'm curious to see when he go on his press run, if those questions are going to be asked, man. That's what I'm interested in now. He's saying everything else I love. We got to get this border together, economy, fuck Ukraine, fuck abortion, fuck the LGBT. Cool. Now let's talk black folks.
Now, according to reports, Usha Vance has worked on cases defending the University of California against allegations that it violated Title IX and defending the Walt Disney Company against claims of copyright infringement. With Usha Vance, JD Vance brings youth and diversity to the Trump ticket, and it clearly reflects.
That's another thing. It brings youth and diversity. See, Mike Pence didn't bring youth and diversity. Mike Pence made him look like the racist that they claimed he was because he's with the whitest of the white man next to him. I mean, this motherfucker don't got gray hair. Mike Pence got white hair. His hair ain't gray, it's white. Like, this is real white shit. You know what I'm saying? So it made the rumors of racism, you know what I'm saying, hit different and stick harder. Pause, no rainbow. Because you standing next to Mike Pence when you say this shit. You know, then Biden looks like, oh, he loves black folks because he got, you know what I'm saying, this curry goat eating motherfucker with him. Curry Gold Kamala.
The importance the Republicans give to Asian American voters in the November elections. According to a survey, in the past 2 decades, Asian Americans have become one of the fastest growing racial or ethnic groups in the U.S.
See, Asian Americans have become one of the most popular groups in America, growing. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I know why. Because a lot of those Asian, those Indians are into. Those Indians are actually useful. They're in the technology, IT, medical and dentistry. And when they come over here, they set up businesses. They get busy. They get busy. You don't hear about a lot of, and they don't do crimes like that. They got no problem, and they can't jump the border. They apply for a work visa or, they here as students and they come out and get busy. Real busy. America loves their ass. You know what I'm saying? America loves their ass. They are useful.
Now, in terms of favorability, recent biannual Asian American voter survey shows that Biden has a 55% favorability rating among Indian Americans, while Trump has a 35% favorability rating. Vice President Kamala Harris, who is a black woman with American descent, has a 54% favorability rating. Talking of Indian American voters, the new survey showed that 46% of Indian Americans would like to vote for Biden in the elections as compared to 65% in 2020. That is a 19...
See, Biden is losing their ass now. Probably because their money is funny now.
% drop in the number of Indian Americans supporting the US President Biden this year as compared to 2020.
So that's his wife, and like I said, man, she ain't black, nigga. You did. She ain't black, motherfucker. But yeah, I don't know, man. But he does, he goes at a little bit of the feminism shit too. I like that. I like a lot of things about him, but again, I don't trust this guy, man. I think Trump made a mistake with this guy, man. I don't know if he just had to pull the trigger now, but I mean, I know it's certain markets he want to tap in, but the only thing that I'm afraid of is him being a snake and him being an undercover, covert leftist when it's all said and done, and doing nothing for black folks. Doing nothing for black folks. But he be talking about the feminists. I'll give him that. You know what I'm saying? He kind of get out their ass.
There's more. Cat ladies, roll it. Cat ladies.
We're effectively run in this country via the Democrats, via our corporate oligarchs, by a bunch of childless cat ladies who are miserable at their own lives and the choices that they've made. And so
see, he's talking my language. The country is being run by a bunch of what he called cat ladies. I love that. Bunch of feminist bitches with no man, you know what I'm saying, sitting around being cat ladies. He's talking my language. I like that. But again, where is the black shit?
By a bunch of childless cat ladies.
Oh no, let's bring it back.
Cat ladies.
We're effectively run in this country via the Democrats, via our corporate oligarchs, by a bunch of childless cat ladies who are miserable at their own lives and the choices that they've made. And so they want to make the rest of the country miserable too. And it's just a basic fact. You look at Kamala Harris, Pete Buttigieg, AOC, the entire future of the Democrats is controlled by people without children. And how does it make any sense that we've turned our country over to people who don't really have a direct stake?
Offensive on so many levels. For once, 2 hours might not be long enough. It feels like 2 hours.
See, and this is when they bring the old, you know what I'm saying, fried chicken Christian. Childless cat ladies. That was amazing. I was like, yes. But then I thought about it this morning. All the stuff I found about this guy that I like. Still, nothing about black folks I could find. Nothing about black folks I could find. Now we're about to hear from a fried chicken Christian. And he's offended by the truth. Again, he's talking about these fucking feminists that sit around here, offer nothing, contribute nothing, and got the best complaints in the world. Professional complainers.
It's too long some days these days, but I mean, what? And I cannot wait until the vice presidential debates. I really do hope that Kamala Harris.
I can't wait for the vice presidential debates either. She gonna get fried though. I ain't gonna lie to you. Once he bring up that border and her record, she gonna get fried. She gonna get fried.
Challenges him to a half a dozen. I mean, you cannot list how many people that one state. And I don't know what's worse, Tucker Carlson's nodding, or the comments about cat ladies and childless women. I mean, these are debates and cultural divides that were bridged generations ago, and he's out there just serving them up like slop.
But the difference between JD Vance and Tucker Carlson.
Look at this fried chicken Christian. You know what I'm saying? We still got this guy and he still got relevance. This is why niggas still vote Democrat. Because this nigga's still around. Don't worry, man. I'm gonna break down Al Sharpton for y'all real soon. I got my sights on this motherfucker. I can't stand this motherfucker.
Is that we're talking about he could be a heartbeat away from being president.
Right.
Talking about cat ladies and
of every cat lady in America.
Right. So we need people to really realize we're talking about him being the real vice president if Trump would succeed. For those like Tim Scott and them that are running around talking about that they're not racist. You just, in the last segment, Vance quoted Andrew Jackson, the most racist president in American history. He nominated Judge Roger Taney to the Supreme Court that did the Dred Scott decision that said blacks are property. But that's not bad enough. The only portrait that we know of.
All right. Eat a dick with all that civil rights shit. You know, I don't want to get into the whole, we don't have no rights and this, and this, and, we got racial discrimination. No, I just want to know what's the plan for us. I ain't dealing with all that shit. Oh, the injustice is it not? Fuck all that. Injustice is nuts. What programs and shit that's gonna be available for us, productive black men? What kind of grants and what's gonna be what's popping for us? What's the plan for us so we can get it popping? Because I ain't worried about all that old school civil rights ass shit. You can eat a dick. But the man got some credentials, man. JD Vance got some credentials. You can't deny him, man. But at the end of the day, man, again, can we trust this guy because of who he was too, man?
Don Jr. make the big announcement. He, his sister, his brother, wife, girlfriends, all in tow in the crowd, and they went wild.
They absolutely did. Kira, I do want to pick up on the question you just asked Terry, because I'm staying right on point with you, Kira, because you mentioned that statement that came out a few minutes ago from the Biden-Harris campaign. Clearly, the gloves coming off. Donald Trump Jr., who, as we saw, speak to our Rachel Scott, and I can tell you has been really the architect between.
So what's the, let's see what this say. Elected in 2022, former U.S. Marine who served in Iraq, which is a warrior. So, you know, I can respect that. I always said I wanted somebody who to be in office that, you know what I'm saying, was a war veteran. Because like some of these motherfuckers is pussy. And he wrote the best-selling book. Okay, yeah, we got to that. We talked about that book. You know, so his popularity too, you know, amongst that demographic of people. He's very, very popular amongst those people, believe it or not. A lot of white folks read that book.
Between JD Vance getting on the ticket with his father, just put out this tweet, Kira. I want to read it in part. It reads, quote, Biden is stuck with the worst VP in the history of our nation. President Trump is one of the most dynamic young leaders in the country, referencing JD Vance. He goes on to say our party has never been more unified. But again, that tone clearly stripping away from what we have seen.
Biden is coming back. He's a comeback kid. Yeah, that beard's gonna make, see, like the optics of everything with him is going to resonate with a lot of different demographics. You know what I'm saying? It's just not resonating with me right now.
Hours of trying to take the temperature down, you know, as President Biden said from the Oval Office.
Hold on. Jim Status say JD came out of nowhere. He got the Senate last year, and now he's vice president. Same as Obama. You know what I'm saying? That's the same thing as that's an Obama story, except for Obama became president, not vice president. He's a plant. Yeah, Obama was a fucking plant too. I can respect that, because I'm telling you, I've never really heard of this guy like that. But apparently, he was pretty popular with this book.
At some point over the last few days, Kira, it was going to get back to vigorous debate, and clearly we're very much entering that. But look, I do think that this is a major win for Donald Trump Jr., who I can tell you, Kira, up until late this morning, early this afternoon, was continuing to work the phones, continuing to try to convince his father the right person. And we can tell you that up until just the last few hours here, Kira, our team reporting in real time that Senators Marco Rubio and Governor Todd Burgum were informed in just the last few hours that they were not going to be amongst the individuals that would join Donald Trump on this ticket heading into.
Yeah, man. A lot of y'all saying Rubio, man. A lot of y'all saying Rubio. You know, I just don't. This guy, man, he just. With him being a snake in the beginning, man, is what scares me, man. I don't think Trump should trust him, man. He was a real snake. He really didn't like Trump.
In your breakdown, a closer look at the Republican vice presidential pick, JD Vance. Vance is a senator from Middletown, Ohio. He was elected to the U.S. Senate in 2022. He's a Marine veteran who served in Iraq, then graduated from Ohio State University and Yale Law School. He's a successful businessman, and his book, Hillbilly Elegy, became a bestseller in 2016 and was turned into a movie. But that year, Vance said he did not vote for his own now running mate. In fact, Senator Vance once called himself a never Trump guy.
See, that never Trump thing? That means you really meant that shit and you were standing on that shit because you put the word never. This is why I don't trust it. Why now? Like, what's the change for? You know, the never Trump.
Saying on NPR, quote, I can't stomach Trump, and once comparing him to Hitler. In now deleted.
He could play Trump to Hitler, and it's the same. We are getting the same Kamala Harris Biden vibe. because Kamala had the worst to say about Joe Biden. He was a racist, blah, blah, blah. She was letting him have it. All of a sudden, we did it, Joe. You're the president of the United States. We did it, Joe. You know?
In tweets, he's called Trump an idiot, noxious, and reprehensible. He pulled a 180 over the next few years and in 2020 echoed Trump's lies of widespread election fraud. Vance earned an endorsement from Trump in his 2022 Senate race and eventually...
It's like he kissed Trump's ass and got his endorsement. Now he's saying everything he wants to say. So I'm getting just Pearly Pilgrim vibes from bro. I feel like he's grifting. And it worked, just like Just Pearly.
Said he was, quote, wrong about Trump. On the issues, he reflects Trump's values in many ways. Vance is passionately pro-life, except in saving the life of the mother. He has said he would vote no to protecting interracial and same-sex. Vance told a Catholic magazine in 2021 he would like to ban pornography. And he has said diversity and inclusion programs are racist and should be outlawed. Just this weekend, Vance faced backlash after a post blaming the Biden campaign's...
Oh, a lot of you niggas gonna be mad. What'd he say? He want to ban porno. Pervert. Oh, a pervert. You niggas mad as hell now. How you gonna ban porno? You niggas gonna have to get out here and start actually talking to hoes now. He wants you motherfuckers to stop jacking off and be productive. The perverts is pissed. Now I'm definitely not voting for this motherfucker. I can't jack off like I used to. Hoes on OnlyFans gonna be mad.
He would vote no to protecting interracial and same-sex marriages. Vance told a Catholic magazine in 2021 he would like to ban pornography. And he has said diversity and inclusion programs are racist and should be outlawed.
I like all of that. Get rid of motherfucking diversity, equity, and inclusion. That shit ain't nothing but motherfucking affirmative action. Your black ass is the black man fucking around and lose your job because they gotta have some bitches. So, hey, man, fuck that shit. Look at the motherfucker, the Victoria's Secret Service. Shit. They hired all bitches and nigga almost died.
Just this weekend, Vance faced backlash after a post blaming the Biden campaign's rhetoric for the assassination attempt, unity or condemning political violence. Vance will debate Democratic Vice President Kamala Harris sometime in just the next few weeks.
See, he was a never Trumper, man, and I don't know if we could trust him. Let's see, man. We got bruh in the building. What's happening, man? What up? We gotta turn your mic on. Dion, turn your mic on, man. These niggas, man. Black folks. Nigga. Black folks. That's that Android shit.
JD Vance has had a meteoric rise in the Republican Party. From a best-selling author and never Trumper in 2016.
I'm a never Trump guy. I never liked him.
To winning a U.S. Senate seat at age 38. And now, he's former President Donald Trump's running mate.
Oh, yeah, y'all talk about Elon Musk. Elon Musk say he gonna give Trump $45 million a month for the campaign. Nigga, you can't do nothing but respect that. Let's see who we got, man. What up, bro?
Hey, what's going on?
What's happening? What's happening?
I just want to give you my quick little 2 cents, and then we skate. I hear you what you were saying when you were saying that you don't know if he can be trusted, but the reason why I think it's better sometimes to have an enemy is because he's going to be trying to prove himself that he is a Republican, that he is for the Republic, he is for America great again. He's going to be then having a rhino in there that that he's supposed to be a Republican, but behind closed doors, a lobbyist could buy him off or something like that. So I think that's what Trump was doing. Like, all right, well, he switched sides, but now he has to prove why he's on this side. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. He's gonna be working to try to keep winning us over and make it believable.
Right. That's why I
like the stuff that he's saying. I like what he's about now, but again, Black people, we have got to think about us first. You know what I'm saying? Too, because we ain't getting shit. Because when you look him up, you don't see him ever, even as a senator, talking about Black issues.
Yeah, but none of them are really going to be talking about Black history like that.
Not his issues, and Trump talks about Black issues. So that's why
Trump. Yeah.
That's why I said Trump probably is like, look, I got the Blacks. You bring me the Asians and the hillbillies, and we got this.
I guess I hear you on that one.
Yeah.
But that's just all I'm gonna say. I think Trump doing 48 laws of power, just keep your enemy close and have him prove himself. Because one slip up, then he's going back. Oh, we knew this the whole time. We knew he was a leftist. He was before. So obviously he don't want to be like that. But I agree. I never thought that Trump would have picked him to be VP at all. I thought it would have been somebody else.
Yeah, it's a lot more. It was he wasn't as vocal as the other people, the Ted Cruz, you know what I'm saying, Ron Paul, Matt Gaetz, just all the people I've been naming. Like,
what about that Indian guy, Swami? Yeah, you don't think he would have been a good VP? I think he would have been a high VP.
I think it would have been amazing, but the only thing that would have stopped it is the fact that he's Indian, because he wouldn't have won over Middle America and the hillbillies, because they're not going to say that name. They're going to be like, he's a Muslim. You know?
And he's a Muslim too. He's not even Christian.
He's not a Muslim though. He's Indian. But I'm saying they're going to say he's a Muslim because that's how ignorant they are. When they see
but he's not. But he's clear. He said that he's not Christian. I don't know what he is, but I've seen interviews.
He's probably Hindu.
Hindu. So that right there, he can't be in politics. He can't be no VP.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is the ignorant country white, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, hillbillies.
White people gonna see him and look at that name and say that's a Muslim name. You know what I'm saying? And that's what would cripple Trump in the race. So they not ready for that yet, because they already don't like Kamala. So they're not ready for that.
Right. Kamala, you're right. I don't even like Kamala.
Nobody
sleeping around ass shit.
Nobody does, man. But I appreciate you coming through, big bro. Blessings to you.
Yeah, no problem.
What up, fam?
Hey, can you hear me now, Jap?
Yeah.
I apologize, man. I had a connection problem. I thought it had kicked me out the room, so I didn't know I was still in there.
My problem stems from Android.
It's iPhone. This is some bullshit iPhone. But I just want to comment on what you were saying about JD Vance when he said that never Trumper thing. It's just that I find anybody, I don't care if it's family, friends, whomever, when I analyze them saying things like getting on social media and making posts talking about never Trumper and stuff like that, it's almost like they stick their finger up just to be heard and popular, because you got to think about it, man. Trump ain't been in politics long enough for you to come to the conclusion that you would never like this dude, that he's Hitler. He came down the escalator when he was nominated to get to the position, and people were hating this dude's guts, and you was like, wait a minute. You got somebody like Joe Biden been in politics now damn near 50 years, man. A half a century. And you got a dude who ain't been but 4 goddamn years, and you decided that the dude who's had 4 years of being obstructed during the first 4 years, that dude is the worst thing ever in the history of the world. That right there makes me look side-eyed at you. I'm like, shit. Now, his son actually likes JD Vance, and he helped pick him. So obviously, I trust Trump's son. I do like JD. I trust his son. But I don't like it when people just step out there and say, I'm a never Trumper. And you be like, dude, let's be honest. If we all sat down, what has Trump really done in them 4 years that made you say never? What has he really done?
That's why I wanted to do this show, just to show that, you know, I'm really doing critical analyzations of it. I love what Trump stands for. I love everything about what's going on with Trump. I rock with Trump, but I don't want this to blindside y'all from seeing the actual total picture of his running mate, because we got to keep this shit in mind.
Right.
If Trump is down and can't be the president no more, this guy will step up and end up being our president. We got to know who this guy is. And that's why I said my concerns only with him are black. Now, what is your take on black? Because I can pull up what Trump says about black folks. I cannot find anything about him speaking about the black community. He's talking a lot of good shit, but again, his roots are rooted in left liberal shit. So it's just something to think about and consider, you know what I'm saying, before you just start saying, yeah, it's a good guy. Like, hold on, man. You know what I'm saying? There's some questionable things. That white boy summer shit, the fact that your household is ran by your woman and she controls shit because she named them kids. You know what I'm saying? You don't speak on no black issues. You know what I'm saying? And I haven't heard him speak about crime. I can't find nothing on crime. But he's the border. I love that. His take on abortion, his take on the LGBTQ. You know what I'm saying? And it's foreign policy. I can rock with those things. You know what I'm saying? And feminism. I rock with that. I'm working with what I can work with, but I'm still critical. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I haven't heard him speak on black, but that really doesn't concern me, because as a VP, I don't think it's his position to just jump out there and say, here's my plan for black America.
Well, even when he was a senator, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is he gonna put on the you know what I'm saying, on the table, on the agenda for us? Like, I still couldn't find that even when he was working as a senator. He still was a public servant, and we're part of the public.
No, I feel you on that, but that dude, the one thing about that guy, he got like Trump background. He has 2 years in the Senate. I think less than 2 years. He hasn't been a politician his entire life. He just got into politics.
But see, one thing about it is Trump comes from urban, he comes from the metropolitan area. So he was around diversity and blacks. This is a hillbilly. The only time he was around diversity and shit, like the diverse races and shit, was college. And then from Yale.
Here's what I think. I'm more concerned about what Trump's plan is, because we all know the VP does what he's directed to do, you know, from the president. But I feel you. I feel your concerns.
Now here's the thing. Will he execute and do what he's told? Because Pence didn't do what he was told, you know what I'm saying? And Pence could have challenged the election, and he decided not to.
Well, you know what? Looking at JD, I did a little research on him. He comes off a little bit like a maverick. Like, I might push against the grain. Like, he comes off a little bit like a Trump. You know what I mean? Like, I always thought that Pence would cave in under political pressure. He wants to be in Congress. He want to be friends with them. He want to be with the elite group. So I can see Pence turning on Trump the way he did, because he still wants to stay.
You wanted something too, because I did do that research too. Everybody in Congress hates that motherfucker, JD Vance. He is a rebel. Everybody. Because it's a lot of people speaking out against him. They were always speaking out against him, and they said there was one senator they can't stand is JD Vance. So I do respect him for still pushing through adversity, knowing that he's around people who can't stand him and talk bad about him. And that is the same thing that Trump has been through as well. So he won't fold, and you know what I'm saying, like our Pence.
Yeah. He ready to fight. He ready to fight. Let me ask you a serious question though. Yeah. Do you think that I'm not even trying to be funny, that 500 billion platinum plan, do you think that that's water under the bridge, that's never gonna Trump can't? Is it possible to ever recoup that plan that Trump had when he was running last time, and we shitted it away? And or do you think it's like, no, man, that you got the Ukraine, you got student loan debt, inflation.
A lot of the dollars ain't it. He's got to get in there and see where the dollar's at. He's got to get in there and see where, you know what I'm saying, if because something's gonna have to give. Something's gonna have to get pulled to implement that. And if he pulls out, pause, out of the Ukraine or the I don't. They're not gonna pull out of Israel. And maybe you could tell me what is the fucking big deal about Israel. But,
I can't.
but if they pull out of the Ukraine, that might free up some dollars. You know what I'm saying? We just gotta see, man, because Biden spent a lot of fucking money.
But man,
and then you got the illegals. You got the illegals sucking up a lot of tax dollars.
Yeah,
too.
it just blows me that you had a man that you could have held the feet to the fire and be like, you just promised us $500 billion for Black America. And instead, we act like that don't exist. I mean, you look at these damn Democrats and liberals like, dog, y'all ain't got a problem with these illegals, Ukraine, Israel, all this money that you spent on everything else, people stealing money, people getting benefits. Your ass ain't got shit, but you got somebody promising you running on $500 billion platinum plan. You actually had Ice Cube go talk with him. You guys shamed Ice Cube to the point that he said he don't want to fuck with you niggas no more.
No, it was our women.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah,
it was
right.
our women. It was Black women that said, "Why ain't got nothing specific enough for Black women?" As if they wasn't Black. The whole agenda was a Black agenda. Black women excluded themselves and said that, oh, yeah, we want something for Black people, but in specifically Black women too. Bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
See, and then they had microphones and they had platforms and they was able to shit on the whole mission that Ice Cube had. And that's what our women do when you allow them to talk and you actually listen.
Yep. Agreed. Man, that's just crazy, man. But I enjoy listening to you, man. I'm gonna support you. I'll donate a little bit, man.
I appreciate you, bros. I like talking to this brother, man. I like chopping with this brother, man. He really be well versed, man. You know what I'm saying? Salute to bro. Let's get to this.
Elect Donald Trump in 2024. God bless you, sir.
Vance is very much a creature of the new Republican Party that Trump has shaped in his image. By picking Vance, Trump is showing he's doubling down on this MAGA agenda. It's a full-throated, populist, national conservative.
Hold on. Let me make sure I shout out. There's a couple of motherfuckers that came in on the super chat. Who we got? Who's this? He said, what you think? You think you should have chose Rubio? Possibly. Say $5 for the fish sandwich. Salute to Marquise. What else say? Jap just what is it? Jap just heard the word that they're coming after gamers. Oh, that's great. That's true, man. They must be listening to me because I told you those fucking gamers need to be on FBI surveillance, man. Those fucking weirdos. And I'm talking about not the kids, the adults. The adults, man. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers in their 20s and up. Grown people who should be out here doing shit. Sitting around with that damn headset on all goddamn day. Sitting around mad and sexually frustrated. Once they look at your motherfucking search history, see pornos and video games, yeah, you're going on the FBI watch list, buddy. You're going on the FBI watch list, buddy.
Ticket.
Here's why the Trump-Vance ticket is a big deal for the future of the MAGA movement and the GOP. JD Vance first catapulted to fame in 2016 after he published his memoir, Hillbilly Elegy. The book detailed his experience growing up poor in Rust Belt, Ohio, and making it to Yale Law School. It was
this doesn't resonate with the Black community. This resonates with the heartbeat of America. You know what I'm saying? These type of white folks. See, these type of white folks, you don't gotta tell them to go vote. That's something that they know that they're supposed to do. This is like when they want to show what represents America, they show towns like this. He can't understand the urban community, and that's what scares me. You say he's grifting. You know? Yeah. Anime and video games are for lames. Exactly. It's for kids. For kids, man. It's for kids. But them grown-ass motherfuckers, oh, hell no.
It was a smash hit and became a Ron Howard-directed movie in 2020.
I know I could have done better. But you got to decide. You want to be somebody or not?
We're trying to paint this white nationalist movement as a movement primarily of poor and working class Americans, when the truth is that the alt-right is actually led by better educated and frankly pretty well-to-do people.
That's another thing that's troubling. He's aligned with the alt-right, which will put us in the Richard Spencer categories. The Nick Fuentes guy. See, he's been flip-flopping. I don't know if he can be trusted now. Now you're saying that the alt-right or see this guy, I don't know about this guy, man.
No, I could have done better. But you got to decide. You want to be somebody or not?
We're trying to paint this white nationalist movement as a...
He's with a white nationalist movement, but all of a sudden now you're married to, you know what I'm saying, Indian. See, I watched the video too. I wanted to play the Nick Fuentes video, but I think Nick Fuentes is banned on YouTube, so I don't want to get banned with him. But Nick Fuentes, his hang up with this guy is the fact that, because, you know, Nick Fuentes says, I'm a racist. So, you know that, you know, seeing him with this Indian, he's married to an Indian, you know what I'm saying? He's diluting the race, and he don't like none of that. He don't like immigrants in Europe or immigrants in America. He wants everything good, white, and polite. You know what I'm saying? So I watched that shit on, like I said, I've done my research on this motherfucker, and I told you he's very iffy, man. If not, I really don't trust him. I don't think he's a good pick, man. I really don't. I like a lot of things about him, but it's a lot of shit like this. Him talking about white nationalism. That's what I said. What's in it for black folks when you got a guy who talk about he's white nationalist? You know what I'm saying? Now, this might come to bite Trump in the ass because he's actually with this alt-right racist shit at one point in time. I don't know, because this is when he didn't have a beard. So maybe this is before his great enlightenment. You know what I'm saying? But he had to have been in politics saying this shit as a Republican, or I don't know. I think he was a Republican that just hated Trump. You know what I'm saying? Which would still make you left to me.
Hillbilly Elegy. The book detailed his experience growing up poor in Rust Belt, Ohio, and making it to Yale Law School. It was a smash hit and became...
See, he wants that Rust Belt. That's what they call it, the Rust Belt. It's basically the white working class. You know? Nah, Josie, I'm not a Nick Fuentes fan or nothing like that. Like, I watch him. I did my research on this guy, and Nick Fuentes popped up on Twitter talking about this guy. So I got to see everything that's going on. Just Pearly Things is a Nick Fuentes fan. That's one reason why I don't fuck with her. You know what I'm saying? Niggas that fuck with that nigga, I can't fuck with you. Because I don't want my name attached, associated with that smut. You know what I'm saying? But she fucks with that motherfucker. And black folks still fucking with her. That's the stupidity of niggas, though.
A Ron Howard-directed movie in 2020.
I know I could have done better. But you got to decide. You want to be somebody or not?
We're trying to paint this white nationalist movement as a movement primarily of poor and working class Americans, when the truth is that the alt-right is actually led by better educated and frankly pretty well-to-do people.
Better educated and well-to-do people. Better than who? Minorities. That's what he's talking about. Specifically black folks. See, I got my eyes on this guy, man. I'm not sure about this guy. He might just do what he's told, but him being a president one day, hell no.
In his initial foray into the public spotlight, Vance was very much anti-Trump. His book made clear that he was a conservative. Many people latched onto it as an explanation for Trump's sort of surprise success in the Republican Party and then in the election.
When Vance launched his campaign for the Senate in 2021, his stance on Trump underwent a big shift.
I obviously didn't fully appreciate the president's appeal in 2016.
Yeah, he said some bad things about me, but that was before he knew me, and then he fell in love.
He even described himself to me in one interview as a flip.
See, and another thing, this kind of takes away the authenticity of Trump because you picking people who flip-flop. One thing I like about Trump is like, you know, he'll fire your ass and you gotta stand, you gotta stand for something. That's what the whole thing, I thought that's what we fighting for. But this guy, this guy here, man, this motherfucker, I can't trust him, man.
Flip-flop flipper on Trump, saying that he had similar policy views but was against Trump as a person until he realized that Trump was advocating for the policies that he supported.
While running for Senate, Vance was one of several pro-Trump candidates in the primary. But in one debate, Vance was the lone candidate to oppose a NATO-enforced no-fly zone over Ukraine, and that caught the eye of Trump's inner circle.
That's one thing that he's strong with. His stance on the Ukraine. I'm rocking with that. But again, can I trust this motherfucker, man? This is the tricky shit about politics. Because it's like you got to give to get. You're not going to get everything you want out of these candidates, man. His policies, I like a lot of his policies. It's just no policies for the black man. No policies for the community. Nothing that he's ever done or been concerned with. I've never heard it.
What a no-fly zone, it sounds nice, like we asked the Russians not to fly planes over Ukraine. What it means in practice is American Marine Corps pilots, Air Force pilots, and Navy pilots getting in dogfights with Russian jets, which the problem with that is it's not in our vital national interest.
That impressed Donald Trump Jr., and he began advocating for Vance's candidacy, including with his father.
Trump's unique brand of conservative politics has been reshaping the core tenets of the Republican Party since he was elected in 2016, like tighter borders and a retreat from the world stage. He's changed the GOP so much that the Republican National Committee recently revamped its platform to a new, stripped-down version, one that focuses more on Trump himself than on specific policy decisions.
Trump has been changing all of those stances to the point where many older Republicans feel it's no longer recognizable. At the same time, a movement has arisen in Trump's image that believes in his policies and believes that the Republican Party should be reshaped in his image.
Believers in this movement, referred to as the New Right or National Conservatives.
Yeah, that's the new movement now, the New Right. You know what I'm saying? Man, I don't know if this guy is going to be able to push MAGA, man. And then I'm not sure about his energy. You know? Him and Ted Cruz should have made up, man, and got with Ted Cruz, man. That would have been that's the move, man. That would have been the move. To me, that would have been the move. Ted Cruz, bro. Ted Cruz. That would have did it for me.
Take Trump's impulses and turn them into doctrine. Vance has become one of their leading voices.
The American people, again, they need people who put the interests of their own citizens first, of our own citizens first. And that's what this entire movement is all about. And I think that's what the Trump presidency will be about if we give him another shot, as I expect that we will.
When Trump selected Mike Pence to be his running mate, that was a pick very much intended to reassure Republican voters, Pence being a traditional conservative, an evangelical Christian.
Yeah, he was trying to appease the party with this shit. Now he's trying to appease the people.
Was someone who regular Republicans who saw Trump as sort of an arriviste in their party could look at Pence and say, all right, that's someone I can trust. Fast forward to 2024, it's clear that Trump knows.
Again, when they start moving around, you're going to notice, though, Trump got the black folks. We got to see how Vance interacts and message and, you know what I'm saying, with the black community. We can't stamp that guy, man. You say Dan Crenshaw? I never heard of him. I got to look into some of these people y'all naming.
No longer sees a need to share power with that wing of the Republican Party.
Right after Trump's attempted assassination in July, Vance was one of the first Republicans to publicly cast blame at the Biden campaign for the shooting. As Republicans unite around the Trump-Vance ticket after the July 13th attack, Democrats remain in disarray following President Biden's disastrous debate performance in June. Biden has vowed to stay in the race despite continuing calls from fellow Democrats to step away from his place at the top of the ticket.
I think there's a whole pool of voters there in the center of the electorate who really are not being spoken to by either candidate because of the way these tickets have shaped up.
Senators Marco Rubio from Florida and Tim Scott from South Carolina.
See, Tim Scott could have did it, man, if he wasn't so fucking corny. He needed to be around some more of his black family a little bit more, man. And he's just Colin Powell is more motherfucking believably black than he is. That's the thing with this nigga's dark skin and everything, but he's just not believably black. He is the epitome of everything that y'all hate about educated so-called Carlton Banks ass niggas. Even though he's great. He's great. But I'm just telling you, when he speaks, it is cringy. It's corny. Let me pull up a Tim Scott for y'all, man. So you can really hear it's just not believable. It's like, all right, nigga, get off the mic. Please, bruh. Please get your ass off the mic. When he spoke at the RNC, wow. 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 Thank you so much. Thank you. Hello, Milwaukee. Hello, Milwaukee. Dude! Tim Scott is so fucking corny. Hello, Milwaukee. This nigga here, man. Now, what I'm saying is, to the brothers in the barbershop, he don't resonate, man. We like, man, we be around educated black men. Talk, man. His swag it's just so cringy. Hello, Milwaukee.
Wow. 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 Thank you so much. Thank you. Hello, Milwaukee. Are you ready for 4 more years of Donald Trump?
Are you ready for 4 more years of Donald Trump? Niggas sound like a virgin to play video games all day. What the fuck, man? Didn't I tell you he's cringy? Listen to this nigga talk.
Oh, me too. Listen, if you didn't believe in miracles before Saturday, you better be believing right now. Thank God Almighty.
God, I can't watch this nigga, man. This is why he didn't get picked, man. God, he's so corny. Dark skin is L. God, please. Oh my God. Y'all thought I was bullshitting when I told you Tim Scott shit was cringy.
That we live in a country that still believes in the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, the Alpha and the Omega.
Oh God. Oh my God, this is terrible.
And our God still saves, he still delivers, and he still sets free. Because on Saturday, the devil came to Pennsylvania holding a rifle, but an American lion got back up on his feet.
Dude, do y'all want to hear more? Do y'all want to hear more, or do I need to cut it off? So I know y'all keep putting in the comments, yeah, he should have picked Tim Scott. This is why he didn't pick him. This is why he didn't pick this nigga. He say, nah, that's enough. No, Miriam say play it. She's sponsored today. I gotta let it ride.
And he roared! Oh yeah! Lion got back up on his feet. The devil came to Pennsylvania holding a rifle, but an American lion got back up on his feet and he roared! Oh yeah! He roared!
He roared! Like how you niggas be hitting that bitch with no condom. He roared that bitch. Shut the fuck! Shut the fuck! Shut the fuck up! He roared! He roared.
Yeah! Yes, he did! You see, I know this is going to offend the liberal elites. Every time I say it, it offends them. But let me say it one more time. America is...
You say, I don't give a fuck. I trust this guy. hold on, I don't give a fuck. Hold on. What the fuck does it say? God damn. Oh, I don't know if I trust this guy around kids. Oh, man. God damn, I gotta get myself to re-rainbow. I can't see shit. Rainbow. Yeah, guy. I know what you're gonna say, nigga. Fuck you! Arsenal shotgun say Trump was better off with the come bite kid pastor. The come bite kid. Yeah, I would have definitely had that pastor. I'd have hired him. You know what I'm saying? Brother Woody, man, America's corniest black man. This nigga here, man. This nigga here, man. That's what I said, man. This is y'all keep talking about Tim Scott. Bro, I've been watching Tim Scott. I know he say good shit, but bro, I cannot watch this motherfucker. He is corny.
Yeah. Yes, he did. You see, I know this is going to offend the liberal elites. Every time I say it, it offends them. But let me say it one more time. America is not a racist country. No, we're not. But if you were looking for racism today, you'd find it in cities run by Democrats.
I'll give you that. See, he say some shit that makes sense, man.
Look on the south side of Chicago. Poor black kids trapped in failing schools. Thousands shot every single year.
100 motherfuckers shot on GD Day, which is July 4th. That's y'all be asking. I'm gonna talk to y'all about that another day. But that's the gist of it, man. All the motherfuckers got shot on 4th of July.
Including one of my former interns, Daquan. But there's good news. It's conservative values that restores hope. It's Republican policies that lifts people.
I can't with this guy, man. He just nope. I don't want to see him, and I don't want to see him debate Kamala. I don't want to see him debate Kamala. Both of those idiots, fuck no. Fuck no.
Were also contenders on Trump's VP shortlist. Both could have appealed more to minority voters, something that Trump has historically struggled with. Choosing Vance allows Trump to shore up support among the white working class.
Yep. He's gonna definitely have the white workers.
Ohio is also part of the Rust Belt, and the most crucial states in this election are those Rust Belt states. That white working class vote is a vote that is also very crucial throughout those Rust Belt battlegrounds. There is a hope by some of Vance's backers and some on Trump's team that he could potentially galvanize those voters even more than Trump already does to juice Republican turnout in those states.
What was the Russia collusion hoax? It was about destroying Donald Trump. This ridiculous New York fraud case, it's about destroying the guy's wealth before he re-enters the Oval Office.
It's good to see you, man. Thank you.
He is really a bet on the future as well, a bet on the future of the Republican Party and a bet on the future of the populist conservative movement. Trump would never say he's anointing a successor, but Vance was decades younger than the other potential picks that were under consideration for vice president. And
See, yeah, it's a lot of reasons like the youth and shit like that. That's why he picked them. Let's see what we got, man. What's good, man?
What up, Jap? Can you hear me all right?
Yeah.
Hey, man, I was listening to an interview that Alex Jones did on the Tim Dillon podcast, and he mentioned something that really shook me to my core. And what he said was, now that they failed with the Trump assassination attempt, they're going to, the next move is going to be bombing black churches and black colleges in order to blame Trump supporters. What do you think about that? Yeah, that's a heavy thought, ain't it?
See, and and that's the same way I feel about the insurrection. I feel as though they allowed the chaos to happen so that Trump could take the blame. You know what I'm saying? Because Nancy Pelosi didn't send in the National Guard like she was supposed to. And she just admitted it about a week or so ago. That,
I saw the video.
Yeah, that it was all her fault. You know what I'm saying? But she let the media just tear them up. They want to find a way to blame conservatives, Republicans, and MAGA, or whatever you want to call it. So even if it's a Democrat that does this shit, they're going to put a red hat on when they do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And what got me, what really shook me up about it was the fact that Amanda Seals was the one that injected that narrative that the shooting was staged into the whole thing. And when I did my research on her, she's one of those big Black Lives Matter faces. She don't work with P. Diddy and all these other folks. You know what I'm saying? And she's a big liberal, Trump-hating Democrat. And with a black person pushing that false narrative, when they start attacking black folks and bombing churches and whatnot, I believe she's going to be one of the people that's going to be the first ones to come out with the narrative that it was a Trump supporter.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is they have to push the idea that the shooting was staged, because the minute they admit that it was real, that's going to vindicate Trump as really being against the establishment.
And,
what are your thoughts on
the
that?
media is really pushing this. They're not letting the Democrats take the blame for the assassination, being that he was a registered Republican. They try to put it on Republicans, but it just don't add up, because everything that this man does in his life is liberal Democrat, even where he spent his money at. So, they really hung up on the fact that he was a registered Republican, and they gonna ride with that. They're gonna keep riding that out.
Yeah, they playing it up. You remember that guy Cesar Sayoc, the MAGA bomber, the guy that mailed the fake bombs to Obama and all his friends during the Trump administration?
Yeah.
I think it's kind of a similar thing, because they had him he was friends with somebody in the CIA, which was confirmed by his own social media account. And they had him going to all these Trump rallies and taking pictures and posing as a Trump supporter, and then mailing the fake bombs to Barack Obama and his friends. So I think it's the exact same thing, where they chose somebody for the job that was a registered Republican but had liberal Democratic leanings in order to give themselves plausible deniability. And I even heard on another report where the fake news was The View, matter of fact, was trying to play up the fact that, I think it was on your show yesterday, they were trying to play up the fact that he was a registered Republican, so it couldn't have been
I played that. See, I think you're onto something. They may not attack Trump directly because it's going to look so obvious. Like if we throw out another lawsuit, it's going to be like, all right, come on. Now you guys are getting out of hand, and now it's fucking obvious what you're doing. Not going to be another assassination attempt because everything is tightened up. What it's going to be now is they're going to have to attack the party.
Yeah.
And he takes the blame for what the party is. And they're going to try to use his words against him to say that he incited whatever the fuck catastrophic event that happens takes place. They're going to try to pin it on Trump.
Yeah. I think we really need to start sounding the alarm to our people, because I hear you talking about JD Vance, and I feel your concerns about, his lack of concern for black issues. And since we're on the subject of black issues, I think it's time that we sound the alarm to black folks and let them know, look, y'all are in the crosshairs of domestic terrorist attack carried out by the same political party you support. And you need to be on the lookout for this shit, because once they start doing it, they're going to blame Trump supporters, and that's not who's really attacking you, because these people don't have a problem killing their own people. I mean, they advocate for abortion. They literally advocate for women to kill their own kids. You know, so you can't put it past them.
Yeah, I agree. Any last words for us, big bro?
Nah, Jab, I appreciate you having me on, brother.
Much love, brother. All right, let's see what we got, man. What's good, fam?
What up, Jab? How you doing, man? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm good. What's good?
Not much. Hey, listen, all of y'all in the audience, y'all got to stop this Tim Scott talk. Tim Scott looked like he sniffs seats and he buy feet pictures, man. He got that Merrill Reynolds energy. We don't need it. we Tim Scott where he at, man. Byron Donald would be a slightly better choice. My dude is eye patch, Dan Crenshaw. I like that dude. Former Navy SEAL.
I like Byron Donald. He said some good stuff, man. He's more relatable of a black man to black men like us than a Tim Scott. Like, come on, man. God damn, it's so cringy to listen to that. You know what I'm saying?
Tim Scott looked like some dude I caught on one of them prostitution stings, and he was afraid to call his wife and let her know he was in jail.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he looked like one of them dudes, man. Gabby Tulsa is a better pick than Tim Scott, man. But anyway, getting back to this TJ guy, man, I don't like him. I don't like him, and this is not the even looking at the black side. I really don't care about that, because I'm a tether. So I'm gonna put it like
You're a tether.
I know you FBAs.
You're a tether.
Y'all gonna get all tight in the chest. But anyway, I don't see this guy talking about anything solid with economics. See, I'm an economics Republican. I don't give a shit about all of that other stuff, man. Listen, if I don't care what your social politics are, I don't care if you a conservative liberal, a liberal. It don't matter if you ain't got no money. Listen, I want somebody that's gonna make sure these jobs come back to this country, make these gas prices go down. Somebody that's gonna protect these borders. All of that stuff. I don't care if Lil Tay want to marry Lil Day Day. I don't care about none of that. I don't care about these hoes twerking and none of that. Listen, if ain't nobody got no money, it all don't matter. And leave my Central American cousins, leave them motherfuckers over there, man. Leave them over there. Leave them motherfuckers over there. Listen, man, my family in Honduras and Belize, they got a bunch of Crips and Bloods over there from LA because they got kicked out of the U.S. You don't really want the niggas back?
So where's your family from?
From Belize and Honduras.
Oh, okay.
They got a bunch of Crips and Bloods over there, man. Leave them niggas over there. Listen, my family that come over here after they've been here a little while, they turn to Republicans too. They say, man, fuck them niggas over there. That shit is wild, man. They got bars on the schools in Roatan, where my family is from, to keep the kids in school.
That's prison.
Not to keep people out. It's to keep them motherfuckers. Yeah, man.
That's the real school to prison pipeline.
For real, man. Hey, them motherfuckers, they come to the ports so they can make money, because they'd rather make money than be in school, because time is money. I get that part, but then them be the little motherfuckers, they become sauce walker when they come to the United States, shine and be wilded out. Then y'all have to sit them back over there anyway. And then they come back, they sneak back across the border, and they go, that motherfucker name really be Eligio, like the Forest dude, but he'll tell you his name is Devontre. I'm telling on all them Central American niggas, because guess what? I know you well. It's a bunch of you in my family. I know you well. You know what? I'm going to say this. Even though FBAs be out here wilding out, they still did the work to ask for what they want to ask for. It don't mean they're going to get it, but they have the right to ask for it. And we don't need other people like Central Americans and Caribbean Americans and Africans, especially them Africans. Y'all don't need them intruding on what you all rightfully earned. Even though I don't believe you all will get reparations, I do believe you all have the right to petition for it and to vote in your best interest. And that being said, I'm gonna get on out of here. You take it easy, Jap.
All right, brother. Y'all right, Tether. Y'all right, Tether. Shout out to my nigga Royce, man. You know, shout out to bro, man. See, even the Tethers fuck with me. Well, yeah, he right. Fuck all that bullshit. Where the money? Lower the taxes and where the money? Cut the check. You're a Tether. Yeah. You're an anchor baby.
In choosing such a young person to be on the ticket with him, there's an unavoidable implication that Trump has sort of chosen an heir, chosen someone to take the mantle of that MAGA movement and go forward with it, whether it's as a future president himself or...
I don't think he could be the heir. Maybe one of Trump's sons could. But
simply as someone who is poised to exert great influence in the Republican Party, continuing to shape it along those populist conservative lines for years or potentially decades to come.
So yeah, man, I'm real iffy about this guy. You know, you're not gonna get everything you want out of your politicians, but I don't see nothing for black folks in this guy, man. I mean, it's just absolutely nothing. Nothing.
He is the junior senator from Ohio with only 2 years in government. But JD Vance is one of former President Trump's biggest defenders.
I want to help Donald Trump get elected because it's really...
See, that's what killed me. You was his biggest hater, now you're his biggest defender. I just can't trust that. It's like back then you didn't want me, now I'm hot, you all on me. Like, bitch, what's the agenda, motherfucker?
Important that he become the next president.
In the Senate,
How can we defend Ukraine's borders when we're not even defending our own American border?
See, that's shit that resonates with me. You know what I'm saying? But again, on the surface level, I loved the guy until I started really digging into, you know what I'm saying, who this guy really is. And I'm like, I don't know about this. That white boy summer shit, that alt-right shit, you know what I'm saying? Then I don't see you ever talk about black folks, you know what I'm saying? In the urban community, I don't know how you resonate with them. You got the rural community down. You got the poor white folks down. But what's up with the poor black folks?
and on the campaign trail.
So the question is, are we going to send America First fighters to Washington, D.C.?
He's one of the leading voices of Trump's MAGA America First movement, not holding back and pushing the former president's agenda.
Republicans, we need to govern like we won the majority of the American.
See, I got to be fair. I said the same thing about Kamala when Kamala said, you think I'm going to do something for black folks? No. I have to have that same scrutiny with this no matter. And Trump, yes, Trump has black agenda shit. You know what I'm saying? Shit he wants to put in place for black folks. He's done it before with the HBCUs, First Step Act, a lot of shit he was doing for black folks. But this motherfucker, I ain't heard shit. And I ain't even heard him even mention this shit. I ain't even seen nobody ask him nothing. I think they don't even. And then when he started talking that alt-right shit, boy, summer shit, and then you was a Trump hater for a long time. Now you just all on his nuts. I don't know.
People gave us, not like a bunch of cowards.
But that hasn't always been the case. This was Vance in 2016.
Right, I'm a never Trump guy. I never liked him.
He was deeply critical of.
See, I'm a never Trump guy. I never liked him. Like, I'm the type of motherfucker, nigga. His beef is beef, nigga. Fuck you, nigga. Forever.
Trump then, but here's Vance just 6 years later.
The president is right. I wasn't always nice, but the simple fact is he's the best president of my lifetime, and he revealed the corruption in this country like nobody else.
Running for Senate in 2022 in Ohio as an extremely pro-Trump candidate.
I was wrong about Donald Trump. I didn't think he was going to be a good president, Brett. He was a great president.
Vance shot to fame as the author.
Yeah, see, you know, and I get it. People have the right to change their mind, but it's very, very, you got to still, when you look at an extremist, it's like, I saw a documentary, or I want to say like a television show. It's a black lady and she was dating an ex-Nazi that was in prison. He had swastikas on him, and he ended up getting them covered up and lays it off. But he used to be a Nazi who hated black, and he married this black woman. This black woman married him. It was a show. And I was like, you still gotta, because he was extreme. It's not like, yeah, he had I kind of thought like this. It was like, not like I kind of thought like this. No, I'm in this shit. And then you just, you know what I'm saying? You slide right on over. You do got the right to change your opinions and shit. I do get that, man, but we also have the right to not trust you. You know.
But the simple fact is he's the best president of my lifetime, and he revealed the corruption in this country like nobody else.
Running for Senate in 2022 in Ohio as an extremely pro-Trump candidate.
I was wrong about Donald Trump. I didn't think he was going to be a good president, Brett. He was a great president.
Vance shot to fame as the author of Hillbilly Elegy, a memoir about his upbringing in a poor.
See, that's another thing. He's famous for other things, and this book really resonated with white folks. They, you know, this is one of the reasons why Trump picked him.
Hard-hit part of Ohio. He then enlisted in the Marines, went to Yale Law School.
Right now, Trump and Vance, they got the military and veterans. They got their heart right now, nigga. That ain't even, that's a no-brainer at this point. You can count on a vote.
Into venture capital, and then to the Senate, his first role in government. On the major issues, Vance has said he would support a national ban on abortion after 15 weeks, but is for exceptions, including for rape and the life of the mother. On immigration, Vance has called for finishing Trump's southern border wall. And on the issue of the 2020 presidential election, then Senate candidate Vance suggested he would have supported fraudulent slates of pro-Trump electors.
If I had been vice president, I would have told the states like Pennsylvania, Georgia, and so many others that we needed to have multiple slates of electors, and I think the U.S. Congress should have fought over it from there. That is
now the father of two, just 39 years old, after not even a full 2 years in government, is set to step onto the biggest.
That's he's moving too fast too. Like, damn, you ain't even been a senator for 2 years.
Political stage in the world.
That's wow. They moving him up the ranks fast, bro. I don't know about that. And then can he handle that type of pressure? Can he handle that type of pressure? Yeah, man. We gotta keep an eye on this JD Vance guy, man. Like I said, I wanted to be very, very fair with my assessments. I don't want y'all to be like, oh, you just trumped out. So everything he does is right. Nope. I think this could be a mistake. This guy might be treacherous. But what I do like is that a lot of people are opening up and changing their minds. And I'm mad that it took y'all to go through all this suffering with Biden to see the light. But unfortunately, that's what it is. You got the hood is officially fucking with Trump. People in New York, Trump might get New York, man. You know what I'm saying? Trump might get New York as the whole state, not just New York City. Because people are sick of Biden. And if you keep sending them immigrants to them other towns outside of New York City, yeah, you're going to really, really force these people to bring Trump in.
I voted Democrat. You Puerto Rican, you know, you Spanish.
See, Puerto Ricans are raised the same way like black folks. You're supposed to be a Democrat.
A lifelong Democrat. I voted Democrat. You Puerto Rican, you know, you Spanish. But once you start waking up to, you know, the biggest mistake they did was mess with Trump, because that woke up a lot of people.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Because now everybody get to see how corrupt shit is.
A lot of people, and what they're doing now is waking up even more people. So you would never guess all these people here for Trump. You would never see it before. You couldn't even see that in 2020. You wouldn't see it, but now you're seeing it. The worst thing they did is do what they do. What they doing to him, it's just making it easier for us to go on the other side. What they doing to us, the American people and the working class, you making us go somewhere else. You losing votes. I would never, ever, ever, ever vote for them ever again. Not locally, no state, federal, nothing.
Yep. So the hood is waking up. Puerto Ricans, when the Puerto Ricans say they ain't voting for Trump, you know, I mean, ain't voting for Biden, you know it's on. Latinas, the Spicies is fucking with Trump, man. Shit is getting real, man. Hey, man, I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. We will be back in a few with some more work for you. Appreciate y'all coming to fuck with me early in the morning. Salute to everybody who sponsored the show. Everybody who supported the show. Hit the like button, hit the super chat. Feel free to clip the best shit and send it to my Instagram so I can repost that. I need a team of motherfuckers that just do the clips. Send me the clips, my nigga. Much love to y'all niggas. I'll see y'all in a few, man. We be back. One. Church, check in. It's your boy, Minister Jap. Listen, I know y'all been looking for me, but at the bottom of this video, in the description section, you see where it says follow me. You can follow me on all social media platforms. You know, make sure you click the links in the description so you can get in touch with me and get in tune with everything I post at all times. You never know, the haters might try to take us down. Also, make sure you're following my backup channel, Minister Jap Church Media. Follow the channel now. We are not going nowhere. We're here to stay. Make sure y'all paying attention. Church on the move. Peace.
Minister Jap, I'm talking to you, nigga. Yeah, I got a kid. I got 2 daughters and a son. Yeah, man. Black women are bad mothers.
And that's why you having a baby by the motherfuckers you had a baby with is your fault. That's why you being a single mother is your fucking fault. That's why being a baby daddy ass nigga is your fault.
Live from the church.
Church, check in.
It's Minister Jap.
Black women, they're some of the most worst bitches on with money, but yet they're still taking trips and they look fly doing. They are the flyest broken bitches you're gonna ever deal with.
On Minister Jap TV.
Church, check in, man. Church, check in.